part of the reason I love the game of football is like the brotherhood you build between your teammates. Like I never had a brother growing up, so I was always like kind of searching for that connection. And the football gave me that connection. And then it's like, now I got like this kind of connection with these running backs is like, it's like I'm their big brother, like I'm their protector. Like you're not going to get to me until you go through him. Like it gives me chills just thinking about it.
Protector.
I fucking love it. Yeah.
Makes me want to go run through a wall. Welcome to Games with Names. I'm Julian Edelman. They're Jack and Kyler, and we're on a mission to find the greatest game of all time. And on today's episode, we are covering Super Bowl 52, Eagles versus Patriots, with former Ivy League defensive lineman, legendary fullback, and one of the toughest dudes I've ever played with, James Devlin. And we get into talking what makes the fullback position so special.
Lord of the Rings, that orc that they send in there with the bomb.
Yeah,
that's kind of like what my role was.
Wawa orders?
But I like to just go with like what they've made their bread and butter, pretzels and hoagies.
His thoughts on the Philly special.
It's just one of those things, man. It's like the thorn that you can never get out of your side.
And then we hit the chill line in this week's Chill Zone presented by Coors Light. You gotta stick around to the very end. Let's go. Games with Names, a production of iHeartRadio. February 4th, 2018, U.S. Bank, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Patriots are a game away from back-to-back Super Bowl championships.
But Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles have a few tricks up their sleeve. This is the Philly special.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Haley, you good?
Haley, keep this thing 6 inches. You can move, but keep this 6 inches.
All right, that's 6 inches.
Perfect. How do you know?
Half it, you know, roughly.
Today we are looking at Super Bowl 52, Eagles versus the Patriots, with old James Devlin. James, welcome to the Nut House. In one sentence, why did you pick this game?
Being a Philly boy, this is just something that's never really sat well with me. And I'm also a glutton for punishment, so I like to just watch fucking misery. But, you know, I think that's one sentence. I'll leave it there.
See, brown man.
Yeah.
That's a pro. That's a pro. Is this the greatest game of all time, though?
No, but it's close.
Okay.
It's up there.
What is the greatest game of all time?
AFC Championship 2018, but you've done it twice already.
Yes.
But that was my favorite game I've ever participated in.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, dude, it had everything.
Why?
One, we were running the ball. Toughness, cold. Everyone was against us in that stadium. And then just the resiliency for us to make the plays when we needed to. Their attempt at coming back, the back and forth. And then the overtime drive, I think, was just, you know, all the third downs we converted and all that shit. Then getting down on the goal line and running it in on the same play we had scored on not only that game 3 times, but the week before against the Chargers a few times, 35 goal line lead, and then we fucking won the game against the Rams on the same play. That's what a fullback wants to fucking see, you know?
What is 35 fullback lead?
Goal line lead. You don't know, you were... were you in
I
there?
know what it is. I wasn't in. It's goal line,
It's kind of mono-y-mono, and at the time we had a big Trent Brown that would fucking cave in the whole left side, and then I had to read between him and Rob for my insertion point and get to the strong side backer there, and yeah, we got the job done many times in that run.
Now, when you just said insertion point, when it's mono-y-mono, 35 goal line lead, and you're looking at the other guy who, say it's Ray Lewis or whoever was one of the tougher guys you had to go, what's the mindset when you're going into that insertion? Take us, walk beat for beat, what you're thinking right before the snap, or what you're calculating, who you're looking at. I want to know what the fullback is thinking when he's going mono-y-mono in the insertion point.
That's a great question. That's one that doesn't often get asked, because people kind of see like, hey, fullbacks are just in there like you're just a battering ram, right? Just run 10 yards and meet this dude in the hole and, let the better man win. But there's a lot of like nuance to it, just like there is at every position in the game of football. But fullback kind of gets like the moniker of like being like a meathead. I'm in there just to fucking wreak havoc on this defense, which definitely plays into it. But so like, and so the young fullback, or he's the tight end, kind of using him at fullback, Jack Westover, that's in New England right now, recently he texted me and he said, hey, like, what are you looking at on 35 goal line lead? Because they had it in, right? And I said, like, great question, man. Like, so you got to know, depending on the front, depending on how the D line's lined up, where you're expecting to insert. You got to know how your tackles playing blocks. You got to know how your guard, like how everyone's dispersing. And then on the snap, that could all change or it could all stay the same, right? So you're kind of guessing before the ball just by like looking through feet and seeing where guys are, where you're going to insert. And then on the snap, you either like, the tackle's either going to high arm it and then like take everybody down. Then you're outside the tackle, wrapping tight and try to stay low. Cause this dude knows where that fucking play is coming to. He's coming downhill, just trying to meet you in the hole. So you're kind of processing all that, but then like once the ball's snapped and the decision's made, it's all about just getting there with as much momentum and trying to hit them on their side of the ball as deep as you can just to fucking bludgeon it. And then the back makes you right.
Is that what Coach Scar says by resetting the line of scrimmage?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that was more...
So is that the key to goal line? You have to reset the line of scrimmage into the goal line? Whoever does that wins?
I think so. And then fullback, like I think he was obviously talking to the offensive line, trying to get that. Like you're moving it. But then I'm like that. What's that fucking show or the movie? Lord of the Rings. Okay. That orc that they send in there with a fucking bomb. Yeah, he carries it in. Yeah. He's getting all the arrows and he fucking carries it in underneath. That's kind of like what my role was. Like, we're going to move this fucking wall, but then you got to take one shot to make that dent in it so the back can get in. And so, yeah, I think that definitely plays into it.
Now, if linemen are like F-350 pickup trucks, what's a fullback? What are you?
Well, you fucking addressed that with Dave a couple of weeks ago.
I know, but what are you?
I believe in F-250, and coincidentally, that's what I drive. A 2019 F-250 with about 70,000 miles on it.
It's a good year,
and it's just like great getting into like that sweet spot right now.
It's kind of like you getting into the league. Talk to us about this journey. Oh, you had 70,000 miles before you even got into the NFL because you went to goddamn USFL. You went to explain this journey.
Sure. Yeah, man. So coming out of Brown University, being like the definition of a tweener, I had a pretty decent career at DN.
What's a tweener?
I mean, I wasn't big enough to play defensive line. I wasn't fast enough to play linebacker. I was always a defensive guy at Brown in the Ivy League, which there's not a ton of scouts coming there scouring the Ivy League for prospects. But we had a really good team, right? And we won the Ivy League championship my junior year. I was getting some attention. We had a big D tackle next to me that was also garnishing a lot of attention. We had two receivers. One, Buddy Farnham. And then Bobby Sewell was the other guy.
Dude, you know who else went? Ryan Fitzpatrick went to Harvard?
Yeah. Do I know that? Yeah.
I feel like anytime.
Did Chris Hogan play lacrosse too?
Yeah. Does Jalen Hurts squat 600 pounds?
Yeah. I mean, for cutting you off. Everyone always talks about Harvard and it fits.
Yeah, well, Harvard puts out the most NFL guys for sure. Like they're kind of the cream of the crop. Yale and Princeton are probably right behind that, and then the other 5 Ivy Leagues are kind of all like below them as far as NFL guys. Yeah. But Brown's put out a few. We got Mike Hoyt up in Buffalo right now. I think he's the only guy, but. Anyways, coming out of Brown, I was a tweener, and I kind of scratched and clawed just to get an agent to represent me. Had to do it kind of all on my own. And then he signed on and helped me open up some doors. And the whole story is behind making that switch to fullback is like, hey, you got to sell yourself as like anything that's going to get you an opportunity. So I started snapping balls. I started putting out film of like just me running routes in my, at Brown out back at the, on the turf fields and shit. And then I did a workout for Jim Garrett, who's the father of Coach Garrett and, that whole lineage down in Dallas. He was a longtime coach in Dallas in the Scout. Jason Garrett, yeah.
NBC now.
And so he lives up in Monmouth County, New Jersey, and I drove up there and did a workout in his backyard with a bunch of high school kids, running routes, doing the whole thing for like fullback shit. And he kind of gave me like me and my agent the nod, like, hey, if you want to try to play, I think you got some skill to try to play fullback or tight end, whatever. So then I was just kind of putting film out like, hey, see me. No one came calling. Right out of school, the draft came and went. Nobody called. The Browns bring me in as a 3-4 outside linebacker for rookie minicamp. And I was a fucking lost dog.
What year is this? 12?
2010.
2010. Year after.
So Dayball was the OC. Rob Ryan was the defense coordinator. And I'm playing 3-4 outside linebacker and just like no fucking clue what I was doing out there. So they sent me packing Saturday night. I didn't even make it to Sunday. And then just at home, dude, just training, like have this degree from Brown. I just graduated and I'm living with my parents and they're like, you want to start setting up some interviews? Like you have an engineering degree. Like, do you want to go work for Lockheed Martin or somewhere at something? And I'm like, no, I want to play football. And so I got a Facebook message of all things to go to a tryout in Oklahoma City for the Yard Dogs, which was an AFL 2 team, but they had just merged. So it was an AFL team. And I followed the message and followed my heart, went down there, made the team for 4 weeks, played arena football, making $200 a week, paying me in Taco Bell meal tickets and shit. If we won, we'd get like the better restaurants. Abuela's was one down there.
Hell yeah.
That I always enjoyed. Yeah. And then from there, just went back home, then kind of randomly got a message from my agent. I was in Sea Isle City, hanging with some of my buddies. And he's like, hey, it was Saturday. He goes, hey, you got to try out with the UFL team, the Florida Tuskers, which no one had ever heard of, and no one probably still has heard of them. But you're trying out as a fullback. Just go down there, like, don't say anything that you had never played. And Jay Gruden was the OC, who's the head coach at the time.
Okay.
And I go down there, do my workout, and make the team, join them in training camp. I was the backup fullback. They kept 2 of us at the time. And then the starting fullback, 2 games into the year, gets vertigo flying to Vegas. And I start. And then I had a great game, started the rest of the year, went to the championship game, lost the day after Thanksgiving of 2010. And then the next day I had a call from the Niners and the Bengals to come join their practice squad. And then I went to Cincinnati because they wanted me that week. Niners wanted me the following. And the rest is history.
And then we picked you up off of the practice squad?
No, spent a year and a half in Cincy. After 2012 training camp, Cincy cut me. And then had the choice to go to either Tampa Bay or New England. And Shiano was in Tampa at the time. He was calling me personally. And I was like, man, it's a pretty good sign. But, my agent was like, hey, if Bill Belichick wants to take a look at you, like, you go there. So I followed his advice and very, very thankful that I did, because Tampa ended up having MRSA outbreak that year too. So I dodged that bullet. Which is good.
Oh my God.
That's where people getting their foot cut off and shit. Isn't that one of our old teammates was one of them?
You don't play with that. I haven't heard about MRSA in a while though.
Yeah.
But they got that thing under wraps, maybe, hopefully. Jeez Louise. But then, James, you were also with Jay Gruden in Cincy too, right?
Yeah. So I signed at the end of that season. I forget who the OC was at that time, but then that off season, they signed Jay. So then we kind of joined forces again, and just coincidentally, you know.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, the UFL, the time that we were in it together, was a really good league, especially for guys like in my position, because there was a ton of NFL talent that had, like, for whatever reason, been kind of either cast out or maybe they're getting a little old, long in the tooth, and they just were looking for a place to play. But I mean, like the backs that I blocked for there, I mean, Avion Kason was a Cowboys running back for a while. Maurice Hicks was a Niner for a little while. Dominique Rhodes was my mainstay at running back.
Your mainstay?
Yeah.
Is this how it is? So these are like your wives? Or is this your mainstay? So explain that. The fullback, you guys are like, yeah, you know, my mainstay was...
No, he was just like our first and second down back.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, and then so like I spent the most time blocking for him, and he was dynamic, man. I mean, he won a Super Bowl with the Colts, and like, you know, had a nice career in the NFL. And I was just a 21-year-old kid trying to learn how to play fullback, and these guys like started showing me some shit, and then they started believing in me. And I'll never forget our running back coach. When our fullback got vertigo, and then he got healthy again, and my running back coach goes to our running backs all personally and says like, hey, we got to make a decision who we're going with here for the rest of this season. Yeah. Like if we're on the goal line in the Super Bowl, who do you want blocking for you? And all of them said James Devlin. So that's like that note of confidence or not of confidence was fucking, yeah. That's like all I needed to hear, man. So I'm very thankful for that league, that team, those guys, for kind of believing in me and giving me a path to kind of carve my way.
Don't sleep on the 2010 Tuskers, man.
Yeah, man.
They got some names.
Oh, yeah.
You really played with Jermaine Wiggins?
Yeah.
Wiggy was on that team?
Wiggy was on that team, dude. And
Joe Theismann was the owner?
Joe Theismann was the owner.
Ike Hilliard, wide receivers coach?
Yeah. Yeah. Man. I mean, and then the guys across the league at that time, Jeff Garcia was, Dante Culpepper.
Oh, baby.
There was that old running back from Ohio State that damn near
Maurice Claret.
Maurice Claret.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, man. Every team had like 3 or 4 guys were like, holy shit, he's really on this team.
That's crazy.
You know, and like the pay was decent. It was like practice squad money. Yeah. I was getting film though, which was beautiful. And honestly, like at that time we were in Orlando, living in the Shingle Creek Resort. They were paying for everything, three meals a day. It was like, man, this is fucking incredible, man. I'd do this. So I don't know how that's different from like the UFL as it exists now.
It's probably better now.
Yeah, did Orlando have Wawa then too? Or was that before they got Wawa?
Just opened the first Wawa.
How did that make you feel as a Pennsylvania
I never
guy?
went in Florida.
Okay.
Because it was like when they first opened, there was like a mile line.
You're not a Wawa guy, are you? You're a Sheetz guy, right? Isn't Sheetz Philly? No. PA?
Are you kidding?
Was Wawa
Jules,
Philly?
how could you even ask that?
Is Wawa a Philly thing?
Wawa's a Philly thing.
What is Sheetz then? Is that Pittsburgh?
It's Pittsburgh, and it's starting to make its way over. And so now where I live, it's been Wawa forever. And there's a Wawa like less than a mile from my house. And I just heard last week, it's funny that you bring this up, just heard last week that Sheetz is opening up right across the street from Wawa.
Now, what's your order at Wawa?
So I used to always do like just a simple turkey hoagie, but then they started implementing all this other shit. They got like pizza, burgers now. They got salads, the whole 9. But I like to just go with like what they've made their bread and butter, which is pretzels and hoagies. You know, like a turkey hoagie with, American cheese, lettuce, onion, like all the vegetables get on that. And then, it's simple. Usually. Do
the boys like going there?
Yeah. Every day in the summer when we're at the beach, we will put in a Wawa order while we're at home, pick it up and go sit on the beach and eat lunch. There's nothing like Wawa.
See, man. I don't have those kind of places, but my dad used to bring me to the gas station, like shells and shit. And if we get like sunflower seeds or candy or whatever. So like I do that with my kid. The Sheetz or Wawas or whatever, these things, those would be like heaven to kids. I feel like if you can go and like made to order food. Now you said in Jersey, do you ever steal any ideas from these Wawas or anything for the smoothie shop?
I think No, no. I mean, I thought of like
Little R&D?
running kiosks. So that's what like the one
AI?
order on. Yeah, I mean, order on the screen is a very nice little touch that Wawa implemented.
What is this? What's our smoothie shop called?
Soulberry.
Where's it at?
We got one in Brigantine, New Jersey, which is the town I live at the shore, and then Ocean City, New Jersey.
So we got two now.
Ocean City.
That's
Oh,
it.
right on. I had a roommate who went to Ocean
What's
City.
our order? What's our favorite order there?
The Tahitian Moon, which is just a acai bowl base, granola, peanut butter, blueberries, and banana. And our peanut butter is second to none, though. We get it from a special place. Only a few people carry it. It's Bazzini is the brand that makes it, and I don't know how the fuck they make it, but it's really good peanut butter.
Do you sell sides of smelling salts?
Well, no, technically I couldn't if if we were selling the NFL guys, but no, I try to keep that separate from business, you know?
Now, do you still use smelling salts?
Yeah. I actually just found a bag in my top dresser drawer not long ago, like 40, probably, what are they? 5-10 years old at this point, so they're perfectly seasoned. And every once in a while I'll crack one open while I'm down there. There we go.
These are just
It's just the salts. It's not the.
These can get like tricky when you put them. Oh yeah, that's a little weak.
It's like when you see your grandpa just like take whiskey just like this and just not even move.
Yeah.
So you have some 10-year-old smelling salts, and that was probably like if like a regular person finds like a $20 bill in their pocket, they're like ecstatic for a week. Jimmy finds 13-year-old fucking smelling salts in his top drawer, and he's
Can you toss that back to me? Actually, wouldn't mind. Thank you.
Yeah.
What are you up to these days?
So I'm working for the NFLPA.
Cool.
Advocating for the community that I came from, which is really it's been fulfilling. I've been there full time since March. I was kind of like in that space doing other things, but as of March, they kind of brought me full time on board. And then I'm running Soulberry, got the two shops down the shore, and then just being a dad, man. I got 4 kids, and they keep me very busy, and just being a fucking rock star husband to my rock star wife, man. She's the fucking
Little
glow.
Jenny.
Little Jenny.
Jimmy always talk about Jenny.
Yeah.
Whenever you, Jenny.
I fucking love that
it's
girl,
the
man.
best. It's
I absolutely love. So I went to elementary school with her.
Yeah.
And we lived like less than a mile apart, like my entire childhood. And then we reconvened. I was in Cincy during the lockout, kind of home like during the summer, didn't know what the fuck to do. And she was living down the shore, and just randomly like got a text from 2 of her friends that needed a ride home from the shore. They're like, hey, can you come pick us up? And they were staying with Jenny, and I went down there. First time I had seen her in probably 5+ years. And she, since like high school, went to Temple, cheered for the Sixers, did a lot of stuff. She was working in marketing down at the casinos in AC, and living in Brigantine. And I remember seeing her on the beach for the first time. And I was like, God damn, Jenny grew up.
Man.
And then I drove her 2 friends home, and I was at my neighbor's house, and he just passed away. Rest in peace, Kevin Case. But I was just talking to him, and I said, hey, you know, if I had to marry someone right now, it would be Jenny Waddington. That was her maiden name. And then fucking manifested that shit again, man, and made it happen.
You're just a manifester.
Oh man, this got me hyped, bro. More than
Married
any smelling
13 years,
salts.
4 kids, man. It's fucking beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah.
They're a beautiful couple.
It
That's
is.
some American love story shit.
That's
right there. I
American.
like
We
that.
got to make that a movie.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think
bro.
we can make that a Philly movie.
I like
Yeah.
this.
Hallmark Philly movie.
I like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Now, how much football are we still watching these days?
I mean, youth football a ton.
Yeah.
You know?
Are you watching pros?
Yeah, I still watch the pros as much as I can. I mean, my kids will play on Sundays, which sometimes gets a little tricky. But definitely watching. I mean, the Eagles are in prime condition right now to watch them, and my kids are big time fans of the Eagles.
Really?
I think they're still loyal. They're like Patriots 1A, Eagles 1B. Right
But
now,
you guys are in a Philly area.
exactly. So they can't not be.
Yeah,
They
it's
can't
tough.
like buck that trend, but they'll still wear like Patriots jerseys and shit to the
AFC,
to
NFC,
school
you're
and
okay.
stuff. Yeah. But it is a fun time to grow up an Eagles fan, which is like one of the reasons I wanted to bring up this game was like I was diehard Eagles for 21 years growing up until I kind of made that jump to the NFL, right? And so like now seeing, and I also grew up in a great time of Eagles football. Yeah. You know, when they were making it to the NFC Championship 4 years in a row, McNabb, Westbrook, Trotter, like that whole kind of old school style football. Brian Dawkins, my favorite. Yeah, I mean that motherfucker, dude.
Knocked me out.
Yeah, he was
a star.
I saw a floater for like 3 weeks after that.
Yeah, he would, man. But yeah, so I'm happy that my kids get to experience that just like I did.
Heck yeah! You watching the Pats at all? Mm-hmm. What are our thoughts?
I mean, I think they're like young. They're just trying to kind of build their identity. But I think in time, we just need a little bit more time, like to build the consistency.
Time on task.
We need some continuity. You know, I think the leaders, like when we were in New England, there was such a passing of the torch from year after year after year. We had like the core group, and that core group has all kind of been dismantled, but they're starting to build a new core now. So you just need time. You need like shared experience, so you can like look in people's eyes and know what the fuck to expect from them in these like hard moments. And I think that'll come over time. And right now you're just kind of in that building phase, right? So I got full confidence in Coach Vrabel and what he's doing. I think he's an intelligent guy that brings good energy, good intensity, expects a lot. And so I'm excited for him, man. We just need to give him the time that they deserve.
Yeah. They need a fullback?
They had one, Brock Lampy, but he got hurt in camp. I think he broke his foot. Finished practice though, so he's got.
That's a fullback.
That's a fullback.
Got a little grit to him. But now, yeah, they're using like a tight end, Jack Westover, and he's a good dude. He's a good kid. But yeah, they're bringing it back. Josh always likes to use it. It's a nice piece to play this chess game that we call football. You know, and so I think.
Why is it a nice piece?
Well. Funny you ask. I just think that it allows for a lot of versatility as an offense. I think it kind of like draws the line in the sand, like we're going to be a tough team. And I think football is a very cyclic game, right? And when offenses got real like pass dominant, defenses obviously have to morph and to try to defend the pass, right? So linebackers get a little smaller, safeties get a little more, you know, athletic and be able to have range and not so much coming downhill like Sean Taylor, Brian Dawkins, all these guys, Ed Reed. I mean, Ed Reed had range, but he also would come down and crack guys. So as these defenses change, like, well, what does the offense do then? It's cyclically kind of like starts to morph to play to their weaknesses. And now if they have 230-pound linebackers and you can put a 250 to fucking 310 pounds now, we're seeing like the Chargers and the Ravens, they got these behemoths at fullback just paving a way for Derrick Henry. And like, God damn, you put 550 pounds in the backfield and just run at these dudes. Let's do it, right? So I think the game of football, as it kind of cyclically comes around, I think fullbacks, bigger tight ends, like road graders are starting to come back a little bit, and I'm here for it, bro.
Yeah, I love it. All the winning teams always usually have like a fullback of some sort or a run game, and usually if you have a run game, you have a fullback.
Yeah.
You know, but what kind of football dad are you? I know your boys are playing ball now.
Yeah, so that's, I've thought a lot about this. I've thought a lot about it. I didn't want to add any pressure to my boys, right? Because like coming from a football family, there's going to be that like just inherent, see a last name and they like, now there's expectations, right? So my boys played flag when they were young. My oldest Jimmy came to me after his first flag season and goes like, Dad, no. I like flag, but I want to play real football, like put pads on. And I was like, all right, let's do it. So the following fall, we signed him up for real football, and I was gonna I was gonna coach, and then they had a practice. I did the fingerprint whole process and shit. I was a couple days away from getting my clearance to go out there and help.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that process. For
yeah,
you better let's fingerprint these coaches.
Absolutely. And so
I'll tell you right now, I had an old coach. That dude definitely was at the bar doing some crazy shit before.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been a coach.
Yeah. So I had a moment where like I wasn't yet coaching, and I pulled Jimmy off, and I was getting like real technical on some shit, and like kind of just overly like in his face about it. And I watched like the joy drain off of his face in that moment. And I was like, you know what? Like what I got to give, I don't think they're ready for it. Right. So let me give them a couple of years just to have fun, like play the game, learn the game, do their thing. And then if they continue to play, when they get a little bit more mature and they can take the coaching and all that shit. Because we were coached hard, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, like I remember my first youth football coach, dude never wore shoes. Yeah. And he always had like long kind of raggedy hair, but I love that dude. Like I'd play ball for him. He was a football coach. And so, you know, like sometimes you got to have those experiences. You got to have those tough moments. I mean, football's a hard game, you know, and if anyone gives themselves to it, you give it the respect that it deserves. And so I'm just playing on the sideline. I get to watch everything. I get to see every single play, every move they make. And when the time is right, I will move in and try to shepherd those guys in the way that I, know football.
Shepherd them.
Yeah.
This guy's using biblical terms. Shepherding the kids.
Dude. Hey, we're all growing up a little bit, man. Look at this shit, dude. You're fucking growing up.
What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah. You're growing up.
We're all growing up.
This is a great production you got.
We're all growing up. We're all growing up. Now,
hold up. Before I go any further, I'd be remiss if I don't say congratulations on the red jacket.
Thank you, bro.
I can't believe it took me this long to fucking
get out of here.
To bring that to recall, man, but fucking well deserved. Wish I would have been there. Watched the whole ceremony on YouTube, but yeah, man, it was great. And Slate brought it up, and I've told you this to your face several times in the past. It's been like one of the highlights of my career, like being in New England from 2012 to 2019. I kind of saw the full spectrum of Julian Edelman, right? Like when I got there, Wes was still the man. You were like waiting in the wings, but you were still doing your thing. And then I just saw the fucking full like climb to the top. And then let's say that, the peak was that the Super Bowl MVP, right? So I got to witness that whole thing. And that was just like the work ethic you showed, the amount of work and attention to detail and all that shit that you put in. And just the example that you set for young guys. I mean, it was remarkable, man. So I think it's special, and I should recognize that the greatness that's in this room with me.
Get out of here, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. You think I apologized enough for being an asshole to certain guys? I don't think I did.
You don't need to apologize, man. What's done is done. Do business as business is being done. There was assholes in that locker room. So fuck it, man. What's done is done.
I always wanted, I always felt like if I'm working this hard,
yeah,
if you should be working this hard too.
Yeah,
if you're a young guy.
Yeah,
sometimes I'd be an a-hole about it. Sometimes.
Fuck it. Hey,
but that's how I was taught. That's what guys were doing to me when I was young. Mm-hmm. Just like what he's saying, passing of the torch.
It worked.
Well, Yom Kippur's coming up. You can always,
I'm gonna atone for all those.
Shoot some texts back.
I'm gonna shoot. Yes, great throwback right there. Callback right there.
I was gonna say Billy Madison, people to kill his color.
Probably not the time to say that right now.
Oh, my bad. The Steve Buscemi one.
Is Pennsylvania the best state for high school football?
It's up there. I think like football? Florida, Georgia, California. I don't know. I don't really know much about California, so I just threw that in because you're sitting here.
Smart guy.
But I know, what is it? The Mission something?
De La Salle, Mission Viejo, Long Beach, Paul. I mean, dude, the list goes on.
Not Redwood City though.
Woodside, we were pretty good.
Yeah,
we went 13-0, but we weren't like we did that like once, like the big powerhouse schools. You go to the like PPSL in NorCal, which is like the St. Francis's, the Sarahs, the Bellarmins, and then you have I think the NCS or something, which is De La Salle, and then you come down south. I'm learning all the Southern California football. It's such a big state.
Yeah, it is.
That like we have great high school football.
Yeah, and I mean you got like
but Pennsylvania, bro, you guys have Joe Montana, Dan Marino.
Yeah,
you got Revis. You have James Devlin. There's countless. I played a lot with a lot of Pittsburgh kids because I went to Kent State, and like we would always get like the guys that weren't big enough, or the big badass dudes were going to Penn State. They were going everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I always thought Pittsburgh had elite football.
Oh man,
Aaron Donald.
Pennsylvania.
Robbie G. Was in there a little bit.
He's a Buffalo guy.
Yeah,
he sent an
Micah
email
Parsons.
to a teacher and went to public school in Pittsburgh for 1 year.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
McCoy.
Micah Parsons, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
LaShawn
McCoy, dude. Like
LaShawn McCoy. They have elite people in Pennsylvania.
They do, but it's
And
kind of
linemen.
spread out between like Philly, Pittsburgh. What I will say, if it's not the best, it's definitely the grittiest. Between Pittsburgh and Philly, like name two grittier cities.
It's tough to top that.
You know? And like
Menlo Park and Brentwood.
Gritty Silicon Valley.
Well, yeah.
You know what? Everyone always try to talk that shit about California. I just say two words, one name. Logan Mankins. Okay, that's all.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, there's Fresno State boys are different. They're growing up on farms and shit.
Shout out Lorenzo Neal.
Lorenzo
Neal.
We had him in here, dude.
Yeah.
He's a Fresno guy, or Central Valley, they call it.
Is there an East-West rivalry in Pennsylvania?
No, there's more of like a PA Ohio rivalry.
Yeah, there's the Super game, right?
Big 33.
The Big
it used to be,
33.
but now I think it's called different. So it might be Super 33 or something like that. But now I think they incorporate Maryland too. I actually don't know that for a fact and just kind of threw that in. But yeah, it used to be the Big 33, and that was a big game. It was the 33 best prospects from PA versus Ohio. I was not selected. Still kind of salty about that, but at the time I just didn't fucking earn it yet.
Yeah.
So
no, it's the Big 33. That was huge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to know decision to go to Brown. Were you recruited anywhere else, or what did that process was like that for you?
So I was like a bigger kid when I was young. So
You were full grown at 12.
yeah, like sophomore year of high school, I was
You had
like
chest hair when you were 13.
6'3". No, but I probably had facial hair. But like, so sophomore year of high school,
He was
what
a
are you,
man.
14?
He was a fucking full grown guy.
14 and sophomore year, I was 6'3", like 235. And so I was like playing and just like defeating guys off my size. And then I think, colleges saw that and they were like, all right, let's give this kid a look. Then I never really grew past that. And I never really got much faster or like athletically gifted. I mean, the fact that I played 10 years in the NFL with the athleticism that I have is a fucking mystery.
Right.
I'm not that athletic, dude. I ran a 5.03 40. The
You get going, though?
I mean, and
20 is good. That's all that matters.
20's good. My 5.10.5 was always good.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I had was like football IQ, or like we were talking about earlier on 35 insertion points and shit. Like I learned how to expect things and how to like analyze what was happening in real time. Spatial awareness was always super strong for me, like coming from the defensive side of the ball and like feeling things, you know how you can like feel like out of your periffs. So at fullback, it kind of all like culminated in work, because I think about it all the time. Like the guys that I was blocking for were like probably a full half a second faster in the 40, but I'm still like leading them.
Yeah.
So how the fuck did they not run up my back all the time? It was like I was able to process information real fast and make decisions real fast, and then it made up for that. So that like football IQ shit.
Yeah.
Where the fuck were we going? You asked about Brown.
Yep.
So early in my high school career, I started getting like recruited by some bigger names. My first ever collegiate visit was to Michigan.
Wow.
I went to the big house on their junior day and I was like, fuck, dude, I'm going to be a Wolverine. Like no
Those
question
are the
about
coolest
it.
helmets too, especially at our time. We're kind of the same age.
Yeah.
Like Michigan you had Charles Woodson won the fucking Heisman there.
Yeah.
They were Michigan,
And they
the
had-
big house.
Chad Henne was from one town over essentially from me. And the game that I went to, their junior day, was his first start versus Miami of Ohio and Ben Roethlisberger.
Big Ben.
And I remember like Braylon Edwards had a one-hander in the back of the end zone.
sick.
And it was just incredible, right? And so I was like, all right, I'm going to Michigan, like sign me up. But offers never came. And so then I started going like kind of kept going down the ranks. And then it was just like, all right, well, if I'm not going to go to a big football school, let me get the best education I can and kind of leverage football to get me in there. So I had good grades, had good SAT scores, like always super strong in math. And then I just fucking said, all right, it's Ivy League or nothing. And then it came down to Brown and Princeton. I took visits to both. Just felt like I connected more with the Brown like football team. I didn't really know anything about the school. Like embarrassingly enough, like I didn't really like do that research, but I was, 17-year-old kid. Like, and then
Ivy League, whatever.
I just liked the feel when I was in Providence on my official visit. Like I had the time of my life, and then I went to Princeton the next week, and it was fun. It was Princeton, so it's like, ooh, like everyone's buttoned up, like, but I just didn't feel that like comfort.
Yeah.
So then I just went to Brown.
There's no Thayer Street in fucking Princeton.
Yeah, man. That's
Shark,
right.
remember Shark?
Yeah.
Sam Aiken used to take me to Shark.
Oh yeah, dude. There's some spots on Thayer Street.
Yeah.
Eastside Pockets, Meeting Street, which is like right behind Thayer. I've probably eaten there more than I've eaten anywhere in my entire life. Just a great little deli.
What's up with Ivy League guys becoming fullbacks? You and Uzchek?
Yeah.
Is he your favorite fullback right now? Who's your favorite fullback in the league?
Right now, Ricard. I think he's doing a great thing. I mean, he's a little banged up right now, but then this Matlock dude I just met yesterday with the Chargers, he's doing great things as well.
Yeah.
That whole Harbaugh.
They're going to lean on him too more.
Harbaugh loves them some fullbacks, man, which I appreciate that.
It's because they want to have drawn the line in the sand for being a tough football.
Well, they're slinging it though right now though.
They're slinging too, though.
Yeah.
They're slinging.
So when you transitioned from defensive line to fullback, was there like you watching a lot of tape? Like who were some of the fullbacks that were doing their stuff that you were like maybe modeling your game after or looking up to?
Yeah, Vontae Leach.
Okay.
I'd say it was like he was the kind of pinnacle when I got in, and I thought that dude was a bad dude. I think the best blocking fullback of all time you've had on low kneel. But I remember watching a lot of Vontae Leach tape and like just seeing the way he like approached guys. And then I was just trying to like fully learn offense, the lingo, the whole thing. And when I was in the UFL, like those running backs that I mentioned earlier, they kind of showed me like, what it took to just read out runs. Cause I had never done that before, like on the move.
They're problem solvers. A lot of the fullbacks, the good ones, like sometimes the line, if they fuck it up, they have to make it right. So a lot of the times for a fullback, the line will do something and may get a different look, and he's got to blow it up like that and not, you know what I mean? So there's a lot of like what he's saying, processing. He has to be able to process where that guy is going, that tackle, that whatever, if it's a wham or something, if they're going to go in, he's got to be able to process on a dot on who to hit, when to hit, because then you got to launch into it and get your pad level. It's it's not just like go hit the guy.
Yeah, I mean let's not get this twisted. It's not rocket science.
What?
but the problem solving thing is a big piece of it, and like that's one thing. I was studied engineering at Brown, and like that's a big time component of engineering is problem solving. Like, yeah, you got to know the math, you got to know the science, you got to know all that shit. But then like when shit goes wrong, how are you gonna like modify your thinking?
So your engineering helped your fullbacking?
I think so.
So
It just-
all you young
it allow-
kids,
it
if you want
allows
to be
you
a
to-
fullback, go get your engineering degree.
Now the Patriots like running back room had a lot of different styles of running back, from Sony Michel, James White, Rex Burkhead, LeGarrette Blount. They all brought something different to the table.
sir.
Now, if you're blocking for them, how does that affect like your craft and your technique?
You block differently for each guy.
I would like to believe that I didn't, but I definitely felt who I was blocking for. So like, I think it's probably between LG and Deion Lewis, who my favorite backs were to block for. Because LG, you could kind of like get a glance and blow on a guy, and he's gonna be like, he'll fucking finish that off for you. But then Deion was so slippery that it was like, you know what? I will say, like, there's an element of the amount of trust you have behind that guy, like to set up your block, to like predict how I'm going to take this dude on so that he can cut off of it. Like Shane was real good at that. Shane Vereen, like very good at like the patience to like let me make contact so then he can like boop and go the other way, right? Versus like guys that don't have that patience, or they're just like, they're predicting it and they almost can't fucking wait to get into that hole.
And they can fuck
and
the
then
blocker.
it fucks me up. Yeah.
So if he's not setting up his block, he's got to go widen so he can widen. If he doesn't widen and he goes, then this guy can overplay James and go inside.
Yeah.
So he's got to wait to the very last minute. They always say step on the outside.
There you go.
The heels of the guy, so he can get the right, and then he can cut off.
Mm-hmm.
So will there ever be a time where like you read a situation and you block it in a certain way, and then a guy just doesn't help you out with? And does that like just piss you off? And like, what is that? Do you just?
I mean, it pisses you off.
Well,
but you also
that's
gotta-
why the line of the guy matters, because if he goes like this, and this guy and James has got to get around him and set the edge. If he's not setting it up wide, or you know what I mean, or if it's supposed to
He's
go
not
in,
reading
it's all everything.
I think like outside zone plays were always kind of tricky because like you got to let the whole play develop while you're running, and then the running back, he might see something early before, like I've already passed it, and then he sees it, and then it's like he's cutting up, and I'm expecting the linebacker to flow completely over the top. And then it's like I don't even have a chance of getting to him.
Yeah.
But then like, you know, inside zone plays a lot more like downhill where there's just less room to go. So that, you know, I like the inside zone plays because it's just kind of like line up and go get them, you know. But yeah, there's the trust factor. Like I always appreciated the relationship between the running back and the fullback. I remember when I was first kind of making that transition, like you mentioned about who you watched. I remember watching a thing on, I think it was like a 30 for 30 or something on ESPN about Mike Carney, the running back the fullback for the Rams, and his relationship with Steven Jackson. Yeah. And how they were like buddy, and they would like do shit together, to have dinners together, got their families together. And I remember just like loving that, because I like, part of the reason I love the game of football is like the brotherhood you build between your teammates. Like I never had a brother growing up, so I was always like kind of searching for that connection. And the football gave me that connection. And then it's like, now I got like this kind of connection with these running backs. It's like I'm their big brother. Like I'm their protector. Like you're not going to get to me until you go through him, you know? And I fucking love that. Like it gives me chills just thinking about it.
Protector.
Like, I fucking love it. Yeah. And damn, and now I got that relationship with Jenny. Like I'm her protector. I'm my kid's protector, you know? So you got to you got to go through me before you get to them.
Fucking make me want to go run through the
Now I'm
wall.
about to
They run through a
tear
wall
up,
right now.
guys.
Should fullbacks be eligible for the Protector of the Year award?
They should.
They should. That's what we do.
Hey, NFLPA, maybe you can put a word in.
Yeah. There we go.
Quick before we move on, Mount Rushmore fullbacks.
Ooh. Oh man.
Quick.
Vontae Leach, Tom Rathman.
Love Tom Rathman.
Yeah, I knew you would. Who did I say first?
Low.
Low Neal. Lorenzo Neal.
You said Vontae Leach.
Yeah. So Lorenzo Neal, Vontae Leach, Tom Rathman. Corey Schlesinger was good up in Detroit. You know, we had Max Strong was a fucking man amongst men.
Best fullback name ever.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Jeez.
Born to be a fullback.
Yeah, I'd say that's 5. That's one more than is the Mount Rushmore. So.
I like that. I've always prided myself on coming up big in the biggest games. Now, Sparks make sure I still get up for the big moments off the field, if you know what I mean. Rose Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for guys who need a game-winning play. They dissolve under your tongue to work in 15 minutes on average. With Rose Sparks, guys can get harder, have more control in bed, and more satisfaction for their partner. Rose Sparks gives guys a boost to get harder and last longer, especially in big moments like these. Don't call an audible. Rise up to the occasion and unleash your inner MVP. Go long and play strong for up to 36 hours with Rose Sparks. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off your first order of Sparks on a reoccurring plan. Connect with a provider at ro.co/GWN to find out if prescription Rose Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/GWN for $15 off your first order. Hey, this is Julian Edelman. As a fellow dude, do you ever get that not so fresh feeling in your butt? That's because you're probably using the dry stuff to wipe. Wet, extra large, flushable dude wipes get what toilet paper leaves behind in your behind. You wouldn't clean the tail end of your truck with dry paper towels, so why would you wipe with dry toilet paper? Wetter just cleans better. With dude wipes, there are no more dingleberries, no more itch and irritation, just a deep, down the seam, confident clean. Plus, unlike baby wipes, dude wipes are extra big for adult hands. You're not a baby, so keep them on hand so you get nothing on your hands. And speaking of on hand, dude wipes come in different scents and pack sizes, including a single-use, on-the-go pack that you can take anywhere for that home field advantage. Stop being an a-hole to your b-hole. Drop the toilet paper. Available on Amazon and major retailers nationwide. Dude wipes, best clean, pants down. Let's move on and let's go back into time around where the game took place. This game took place on February 4th, 2018. Which is now starting to be, that's almost 10 years away.
Yeah. That's crazy to think.
It's getting kind of old. We
bro.
usually do these games and they're fucking like, oh, this is like 2 years ago. But
It's
the number
crazy.
one movie, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, number one song, God's Plan by Drake. Remember all that? That new Jumanji was pretty good. I liked it. You see it?
Oh, that was with The Rock, right?
The Rock.
And Chris. Yeah.
That was a funny one.
Jack Black?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
Walking Dead, Games of Thrones, Vikings, Stranger Things were all popping off TV. Did you watch any of these during this time?
Yeah, Game of Thrones. Well, I didn't watch Game of Thrones when it first came out, but I went back, circled back, and we watched that. Stranger Things I've always been into. I think it's kind of starting to lose its steam.
Losing its steam for sure.
Too much time in between. You
We're
just
like 30 now. We're
And it's
forget.
It's getting too like complex. I don't know what's going on in what dimension. I'm like, just let's wrap this up. Let's put a bow on it.
January 1, California legalizes cannabis for recreational use.
Wow.
Was that long ago?
Was that the first one?
recreational use.
Were they the first one?
No,
They
it
were
was Denver.
the first large. They were the.
Oh, yeah.
Was it the
the
first?
biggest.
Denver wasn't?
Colorado?
I think it was Colorado. Let
I
me
get
double check.
medicinal and recreational confused.
Well, this is like you could go.
You just go get it.
Anyone
Just-
can go get it.
Yeah.
Super Bowl champions, Philadelphia Eagles, MVP Tom Brady, Natty champs, Alabama, Baker Mayfield was the Heisman.
Wow.
What was the pregame playlist before a game?
For me,
Yeah.
kind of a little bit of everything. As I got later into my career, I went more into like hardcore metal. And I just wanted that like Slaughter to Prevail. Is weird. People are gonna think I'm fucking crazy for even saying that shit. But there's something that like the choppiness of the guitar and the drums just get me going, man. And like that mentality that I get in I still listen to that when I train, just because you gotta get in, you gotta get into like a dark place, and I think that stuff puts me there. So. But yeah, I dabble with like, I kind of came up in like the late 90s I didn't come up in it, but like when I was going through high school and college, like I really got into like the late 90s, early 2000s New York hip hop. So I was Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang Clan, all that kind of stuff. And so Shook Ones was always on the playlist. Survival of the Fittest by Mobb Deep was always on the playlist. I had a few.
Now, what's 2018 James like?
Well, at that point I had two boys. Hadn't quite had my daughter yet. That was a year later. But just kind of like learning how to be a dad, learning how to be like a family man, but also NFL fullback. And this particular game was real odd for me because I had so much family in Minnesota for this one because my wife's cousin worked for the Eagles. So she had her connection to tickets. We had ours, obviously. And we had like 30, maybe touching 40 people in town.
Jeez.
And it was...
How many tickets they give you?
Well, what did they get? It gave me like 11, 12. But then I was able to get more, which I didn't know about when I was like, when we were going to Super Bowls as I was younger. I just thought like, you got what you got.
Yeah.
And like, don't fucking make a fuss. But then I started realizing, like, as we went back a couple times, like, you could just go and get as many as you fucking need, really. You know?
I didn't. I thought we were.
I remember Slate telling me, like, hey, just go ask. Forget the guy's name now, but
Stacy?
No.
Aaron?
God, I could like draw him. He had glasses, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, like you could just go the week of the Super Bowl when you're in town, and just like, hey, I need 5, 6 more tickets, and they just.
Now, how far removed from your nuclear family do they start rooting for the Eagles?
Pretty immediately, like my dad, even. But then, yeah, like
your dad was rooting for the Eagles in this game?
I mean, I think he was obviously rooting for me and the Patriots, but I think he was definitely like happy. I mean, he grew up. Eagles are all he ever knew. It's all I ever knew while I was a kid, you know, and so.
And this is their first one.
This was their first one.
Let's jump into this game, Jackie.
No matter what, your dad's leaving that stadium happy.
Yeah.
Win-win for Mr. Devlin. Let's go. Should we run through the Eagles real quick first?
Run through the Eagles.
All right, these guys were 13-3. They're winning his season since 2004.
Wow.
Coincidentally, that season also ended with a meeting of the Patriots in the Super Bowl. That was the T.O., Andy Reid era, Donovan McNabb.
He had a broken femur or something.
Yeah, seriously, and he still played a little bit.
Yeah.
Fucking
he had like 130 yards or something.
Fred X, all that. That was a good era.
Yeah.
This was the second year of the Doug Peterson era in Philly, coming off a year in which they went 7-9, had some notable coordinators, Frank Reich, Jim Schwartz. And then the biggest storyline.
Remember
Schwartzy?
Bill used to call Schwartzy?
Yeah.
Now Schwartzy's going to crash, crunch, and chase.
Yeah. Just kept it simple, man.
And then the big storyline late in the season was week 14. Carson Wentz tears his ACL in a 45-35 win over the Rams. This was also a team that brought in some veteran free agents. You bring in Torrey Smith, you bring in Alshon Jeffrey, you bring in Chris Long, Nick Foles, LG, who we've been talking about today. Of course, great guys on the line. You got Jason Kelsey, you got Lane Johnson, Malcolm Jenkins. I mean, these guys, Jalen Mills, another guy that went on to the Patriots.
So I wasn't around for this. I was hurt.
Yeah.
What was the keys to beating this team? What was the era of this Philly team? What were they preaching about this team?
So they were off to like such a fucking hot start this year. And Wentz, like, had he finished the season, I mean, he would have been up for the MVP.
Oh yeah, it was like God tier season.
And then when he got hurt, and then like Nick Foles took over, and they were still kind of winning, right? But
they only had
like,
3 losses.
Yeah. But they may have been undefeated under Wentz, or like maybe
they only had 1 loss under Carson Wentz. That was week 2 with Kansas City.
Okay.
So they were really on a roll.
1 seed.
Yeah, and so you were like, all right, so like they still got a little bit of life in them with Foles, but you were kind of always waiting for the wheels to fall off, right? And then they go through that playoff run and they take on this identity as like, we're the underdogs. Like nobody fucking believes in us. The dog masks. And it was like, man, we gotta like be able to outlast these guys, you know, like they got fight, but we're the Patriots. Like this is what we do. We play in the February. And so like we gotta outlast them. And I mean, their defense was always real aggressive. Their D-line was real good. You know, they had Fletcher Cox holding it down. They had Brandon Graham on the edge. And like, you know, so if we just handled them, you know, we could just take care of business. I mean, and our offense did a phenomenal job. Like the game itself, I know we'll get into it more detail later, but like we were ready to go and we did our
Come
thing.
through for 500 yards.
Yeah. I mean, I think it still is the game with the most offensive yards.
Yeah, over 1,100
in that game.
Get into this Patriots team. Let's hear it.
Unbelievable. Let's get into these 2017 Patriots. We're looking to repeat. 13-3 also, best team in the AFC. 18th year of the Bill Belichick era. Josh running the offense, McDaniels that is. Matty P running the defense. Coming off the Super Bowl win the year prior. We all remember 28-3. Jules was out this season. The freaking turf in Detroit prior to the season.
Yeah.
In the preseason. Took my boy out. Hated that.
I was sad, man.
And then we got to get into some of these dudes. We got James, of course, Brandon Bolden, Rex Burkhead, Deion Lewis, James White, Dola. One that I forgot, Kenny Britt.
Kenny Britt, but Brandon
Forgot
Cooks was a
that.
huge part of this team.
Brandon Cooks, Philip Dorsett,
Yep.
Rob. I mean, you got Big Alan Branch, David Andrews at center, Teddy Karras, friend of the show, Shaq Mason, Nate Solder, Stephon Gilmore. I mean, this was a heck of a Patriots team looking to go back to back.
Yeah, man.
How would you sum up this 2017 Pats team?
I mean, we just had a lot of talent, man, and we were cooking. And I remember, like, despite losing you, like the offense or the wide receiver room was able to like kind of galvanize around Danny Hogan, like these guys that were kind of just scrappy dudes as well, you know? And so we just kind of like kept riding the wave, man. I mean, we were decimated with some injuries, like you, of course, but then, you know, was Dante out all year?
Did I go out all year?
Yeah. Looks like it.
There was a lot of banged up.
I mean,
a lot of
Nate,
banged up Pats.
That's when we brought in Batamosi.
Mitchell was
and
out too.
yeah.
What's it like at this time, Jules is kind of a core member of the team. What's it like losing a player like that so early in the season from like a cultural locker room standpoint?
It's real tough, man, because like he just leaves such a hole, like not only in his gameplay, but also his personality, his leadership, like, you know, and when you miss that, everyone else has to like kind of bring those elements in their game, or they like look to other guys. But yeah, I mean, losing, like, even when we didn't have Tom for 4 weeks that one year, like, and then we all kind of rally around it almost, because it's like, all right, well, we got to take on that load, you know, collectively. Like no one person can do what Jules did, you know? So, but all of us together, working together, doing our thing and making up for that, like we might come close to it.
It's like the money ball kind of philosophy.
Yeah.
Rob always talks about you being in the tight end meetings. How were those meetings?
I mean, well, is a Dayball left for Bama this year, right?
Yeah.
And then we got Nick Caley.
Yeah.
And
Who's the offensive coordinator at Houston right now?
Houston, yeah. You just got to get those guys up front to block a little bit, you know? But yeah.
Come on, Caley.
Nah, but between those two, I was very blessed to be in that tight end room. Dave's taught us how to process information. He taught us how to think quickly. He was a great coach, man. I love Dave's. And then Nick Caley came in and he just coached with his fucking heart, man. Like that dude cares. He cares about his guys. He cares about his performance. So I know he's probably going through it right now down in Houston, but yeah, like sometimes you got to take those lumps as a young OC. But yeah,
Did you and Gronk do like math battles in the room or something? Because you like numbers, he likes numbers.
Yeah, but he didn't do numbers like I do numbers, man. No.
Are you a numbers guy?
Yeah. I heard him say what his SAT score was. I got him by like 50 points.
Ooh, 780?
780.
Ivy League.
780.
almost perfect.
580 and with the words though. I don't do well with the words.
Do you know like that's only missing like one or two questions. You know what you missed?
No.
James, were you also in the running back room, some like in their meetings
My
as well?
first year.
Okay.
My first year I was in the running back room, and I mean, I don't
What's
think
the difference between the running back room and the tight end room? Let's hear this one.
I mean, a lot more like liveliness in the running back room. There's a lot more like joking. Tight end room was like very professional, you know, like even though we had, I had Rob in there, like in a, man to man, like Rob isn't like the party boy fucking like.
He's a pro.
Yeah. And he's very intelligent, very diligent about the way he approached his game. And then like between me and then we always had like the third guy, right? Like it was either Marty or Who-Man early or Dwayne Allen. And like, so we had like that third guy and then usually like a younger dude that was coming up, Jake Hollister or something like that, right? So just a lot more like professional, I'd say, in the tight end room. But I learned a lot. I learned a lot of how to behave as a running back with Ives in that room. Like we had Woody at the time when I first got there in 2012. He was a whiz when it came to like processing information and like being able to see things. I mean, he had motherfucker like he could run the ball.
He was. People think he was like he was like a 2-meter champion and shit. He's like a track star.
Yeah,
Woody was fast as balls, and he was short, but he wasn't small. He was a thick little motherfucker.
Yeah. And just like so shifty, like could stop on a dime and like then his acceleration to like get back going was incredible.
I always ask anyone who played with Woody, do you remember when Woody would be in his locker and he'd come over and he'd give you that like, do your calves feel like they're running in quicksand with little mosquitoes biting them? Like he would go with the craziest thing, like, are your glutes holding on by little strings that would snap a baby's head off? And then he'd go have his best practice. He'd go practice his nuts off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That was Woody.
Yeah. No, we had some characters in there, man. When I first got in that running back room, it was Woody, Shane,
Ridley. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. We had some times. But then going to the tight end room my first year, going with tight ends, George Gotze was tight end coach.
Oh yeah.
We had an absolute like revolving door at that like fourth tight end spot. I mean, it was like started out Gronk, obviously always the mainstay. Who-Man was the mainstay, like as the 2 or 3 guy, right? And then like that other guy was like Aaron. Then that whole shit happened, and then it was Vicente Shanko, and then it was Kellen Winslow Jr., and then it was who else did we have? Matt Mulligan.
We did have Mulligan. He played with us for a little while.
Mully like kind of lit the fire under me to be like a weight room.
Yeah, he's
guy.
a meathead.
Oh yeah, like he used to challenge me. Remember, we used to deadlift like 700 pounds. And I had never been a deadlifter, like being like a longer torso guy, like body mechanics just doesn't really like make for a good deadlifter for me. But I started like chalking up and fucking pulling weight. I swear that posterior chain, like that 2013, 14 era of me, I felt like invincible running through guys. Like just that amount of like strength you have in your glutes, your lower back, like, just I was like, very ready to take on, make contact.
Prime right there, those eras.
Yeah.
That's when I felt like I was 27, 28 was like my athletic peak. And after that, you're not going up anymore, but you're getting smarter. And if anything, you're declining. And that's how, you know what I mean? But 28, fucking, I felt like I was flying too.
Yeah.
That's probably when you were 26, 27, 28.
Yeah, somewhere
those
around
3
there.
years.
Yeah, I was like 26 and 16.
Now, how was Bill with the fullback? What's your best Bill story? Did he ever give you anything good?
I mean, not really. No.
He loved Jim.
Yeah.
He loved Jimmy.
But I was also like, kind of just like when it came to Bill, I guess I could say like intimidated.
Everyone, right? I was
and
too.
So I just like I never wanted to say the wrong thing. So I would like say just as little as possible, and just be like, okay, yep. Okay. Got it. And he never really like went out of his way to coach me up real hard because I always got it from either like tight end coach or Josh or Scar. Scar was never like shy about like correcting me. But I do remember like Scar giving me love when I was first kind of trying to get my foot in the door as being like the fullback for the Patriots. Like I remember him like, hey man, like you're going to be like a heartbeat to this run game. Like if you can keep this going, like you'll have a spot here, and like that. Those kind of like little personal touches.
Scar was always the best at it.
Yeah, in that building, man, like that shit goes a long way.
Yeah,
because you always feel like you got eyes on you, and then when someone like props you up a little bit, you know,
especially from Scar.
Yeah.
What's the wildest thing you ever heard Scar say?
Oh man, there's a lot. I mean, just his little like one-liners. I don't fucking remember.
I wasn't in the O-line meetings.
Yeah, I wasn't in the O-line meetings either. But
like,
you know,
the run game meeting,
you'd hear some shit. I don't have a particular one.
Fellas, same cars, different license places.
One thing that I use often is when I talk about like ball from even when we were playing, right?
Inertia.
So
You'd always say inertia.
Well, that's when men were men and women were damn proud of it, or something like that. I always use that, like, that was when men were men and women were proud of it. Yeah.
He would get into like some science too. He goes, all right. He would, all right, we got 600 pounds here. You got 340 pounds here. Jim, you're another 250. You guys just ride it in. That's called inertia.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
He'd always say inertia.
Yeah.
What's one coaching point out of any of the coaches you've never forgotten?
My first running back coach in Cincinnati was big on hitting through, not to. So like when you get to the guy and you make contact, like you're not, like your job's not done then. Like you got to run your feet and like run through him. So don't pitter patter before you make that contact, and like, you know, like you just got to fucking go and act as if he's like a yard behind him and just continue fucking running, because the worst thing you can do is hesitate and fuck the whole flow of the play up, right? So like you just gotta like,
not two, you gotta go through.
Yeah.
Use it for golf. Use it for golf
conditioning.
too.
That's what I tell Lily on conditioning. Like, hey, I'll stop on the fucking line.
Yeah,
you run through the goddamn line.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. Like the man that loves walking will walk further than the man that loves the destination. Like I love that shit.
Fall in love with the process,
and it's all about the process. Even in like this little microcosm of like blocking, like you gotta love that more than you want to make this block. Like you just got to go through your progression of it and love that, and then you'll be a good blocker.
I agree.
So before we move on to the lead up, as we mentioned earlier, Jules wasn't really around this season. Are there any fun stories from this team that you could tell, Jules, that happened this year?
To give him FOMO.
Yeah, give him some FOMO.
We went to Air Force, didn't you guys, for the Mexico game?
We did. That was an experience.
Stadio Azteca.
Yeah, man. We did do the whole Denver to Colorado Springs visit. That was cool. We got to like tour the Olympic Village there, or whatever they call it. I think it's the Olympic Village. Having Debo, James Harrison, on the team was an experience.
Oh, we haven't talked about that yet.
Yeah, so I remember the first time I saw him as a Patriot. Like we had played against him and the Steelers several times, and I still remember the play. We were running like 25 flash, and I had to like go and kind of like kick him out on the backside, but I cut him. Just to throw at him, just give him something a little different. And the first thing he said when we were like walking out to practice one day, I like went and introduced myself, and he's like, "You the motherfucker that cut me." I was like, "Yeah, man. I mean, you're fucking James Harrison. Like, you know, I just didn't feel like taking you on up top that day." And he's like, "Man." But then we like learned to work together and, you know, do the whole thing. But that dude, he was a man. He was a man amongst men.
Talk about weight room guys.
With them at all?
Did I work? I mean, he was an early morning workout guy. Yeah. I would always get it in the middle of the day, and I still kind of like that. Like, if need be, I'll do cardio in the morning, but I need my body to like wake up a little bit. But yeah, he's put on some absolute exhibitions in the weight room. But yeah.
Jump into the game, Jackie.
Let's get into the quick lead up here. We touched on a lot of this earlier. Both teams came in as the number one seed. Yet Philly took on this underdog mentality, wearing the dog masks. They were underdogs from the betting perspective in the Atlanta game, and they ran with that, put that chip on their shoulder. The Pats, meanwhile, won 11 of their last 12, hot, overcoming the big injuries. Dante Hightower, just to recap that one, ended up on IR after week 7, tore the pec, banged up a little bit with a knee after week 2, missed a couple games. So that was huge. Jules out, obviously. But came in, we beat Tennessee, blew them out in the divisional round. Then that memorable championship game against the Jags, Blake Bortles and the guys came into Foxborough.
Playoff Dola.
Playoff Dola.
Danny
Gilly with the boop, boop.
Yeah.
Man, what a game that was. And then, meanwhile, over in the NFC, Philly took down Atlanta 15-10.
Phantom call? Was his Phantom call this year?
No, that was next year.
That was the next one. And then smoked Minnesota in the championship round.
This was Minnesota's Miracle in Minneapolis?
No, that was the week before.
Yeah, it was the divisional round where they beat.
Yeah.
It was this year.
We did that with Josh Duhamel.
Yeah.
Insert the tag right here so we can send viewers to that episode. Whatever it's called. Clip. And this was, we mentioned a little bit earlier, a Super Bowl 39 rematch. Down in Jacksonville. Remember that one? Rodney Harrison and the boys. New England won that one 24.
I remember where I was watching that game.
Oh, tell us.
My best friend Sean's basement. Nice. He had the whole neighborhood over, and watching that game, I was a big Eagles fan at the time. I remember like just fucking despising the Patriots and like Tom and like, oh, Tom's such a little crybaby, that kind of talk.
All right, well, how did Tom, like going into meeting Tom for the first time, like thinking like that after being a Philly guy, hating him?
Yeah.
What was your thought after meeting him? Like, what changed?
I mean, and I tell this a lot because people often ask me like, oh, what's Tom like? Because I often, like when people are jealous and people see that kind of greatness, I think a lot of times, like, you know, you just pick on anything. And every once in a while they'd show Tom yelling at his receivers, like, you know, or yelling at fucking Billy O on the sideline. Yeah. And so like all of a sudden, like now you're seeing this out of context and it's like, oh, well, he's like a crybaby. Right. So I just was like, yeah, that's what I'll talk about too. Right. And so then going to school up in the New England area and then witnessing all the greatness my whole 4 years at Brown and just the jealousy that I got for not only the Pats, but also like the Bruins at that time, the Celtics were winning, the Sox won a couple. It was like every year a different Boston team was winning something. And so I just got more and more disdain towards that shit. And then lo and behold, 2 years later, I'm up in Foxborough and it's like, man, then I meet the guy and just like everyone else that tells this story, it's like he comes up and approaches you as if you're like as if he is like anybody else. Right. And so I always appreciated that, like his personability. To just kind of be one of the guys and be like, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Tom Brady. We're happy to have you here. You know, it's like, he doesn't need to say that shit, but he does. And so, I think it kind of humanizes him in a very, very nice way.
Yeah. He's human. I guess he's human.
Yeah.
What's it like playing in fucking Minneapolis? How was this as a host town for when you guys went out there and practiced?
I mean, I don't think they'll do it again. You know, it was tough, man.
Freezing.
We were in that mall. Like I didn't do anything but stay in that mall because our hotel was connected to it. Then the Eagles were also in the mall, but like on the other side. And so that's all I even saw. And then I went out one time because my oldest, his birthday's February 5th. So whenever we would go to Super Bowls, I'd always like make it a point to have whatever family came in, we'd have a birthday party for them. And so I went out to get a cake one time for my son's birthday, and then we had like the party in that fucking mall again. And everything
by the
was in
Auntie
that mall.
Anne's.
Like if not for that mall, I don't think they could have done that shit. But then, I mean, then the post game party was people that were at the game, like not us because we took the bus, but like everybody else, they had to walk outside. And so I remember my wife's cousin got a beer like knocked over on him at the game, and so his jacket was wet. By the time he got to the after party, it's fucking frozen solid.
Freezing.
Yeah.
It was like
-7
-15
or something. Yeah, something like that. And so, yeah, I mean, like we didn't even really witness what Minnesota was because we were just inside the whole time.
I know, it was.
And I like those like warm weather when you can get outside a little bit in February. Like I appreciate that. So I don't think they'll be going back up there anytime soon.
Let me trace back real quick. Talking about those early 2000 Eagle teams and playing the Patriots. During that time frame, there was kind of a rivalry with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What were your thoughts about Mike Allstott in that time frame?
Oh man! Oh my God! When I missed him on the Mount Rushmore of fullback.
Do you count him as a fullback?
Oh, that's a great question, man. Because like he was much more of a running back.
He's a hybrid.
But he
He
was
looked like a fullback, but
like he still lead blocked every once in a while. But when you also have Lorenzo Neal on that team, it's like, well, clearly the fullback is Lorenzo Neal. But Mike Allstott, man, that motherfucker, dude, like putting the two of them in the backfield that was fun. So every
Talk about heavy personnel.
game of my career, I watched 2 highlight tapes before every game. And when I was in college, I watched Ray Lewis and Brian Dawkins. Well, there's a particular Brian Dawkins video called Weapon X, where there's a little bit of like editing, and remember he comes out of the smoke at the link and they make his eyes red, and I'm like, it's me going, right? So then but then when I got to the NFL, I started playing fullback. I'll still watch Weapon X, but then I'd also watch the A-Train highlights. And like when he's running through like I think he had a crazy run against the Vikings or some shit, on the goal line where he's kind of bouncing around. And then like I've seen that, and then like my first touchdown against the Texans in 2013, where I like kind of bounce around all the way to the left side. Like it's very similar, and I'm like, man. But Mike Allstott's a fucking man, dude. I got a chance to meet him, got a chance to like share a couple texts with that guy, and that's like a cherished connection I have, because he is like, when everyone talks about fullbacks, it's like Mike Allstott.
So every fullback's dream
is to be Mike Allstott.
Yeah.
They're like, gets the carries, gets the touchdowns.
He blows up the hole.
He gets a lead blocker sometimes.
He also gets a lead blocker every once.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, the way he'd get his pads so goddamn low.
Oh my God.
He'd be running, but then his pads are like 18 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
Like, there's one particular clip, like I think he was against the Falcons, and his like head is damn near touching the ground, and he bucks like the safety, and then like, recovers and runs it in for the rest of it. Like, he was just a crazy athlete, man, and just tough as nails, and playing in that era of football when men were men.
Yeah. And you used to drag a pickup or a Jeep for a workout.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's get in this game, Jackie.
Did you ever block Dawkins or Ray Lewis?
No.
Never?
No.
I got knocked out by Ray Lewis.
Yeah. I've been in the building though when I was in Cincy, we played them obviously twice a year. So watching him come out in Baltimore, like that was a whole thing.
Ray Lewis gonna be doing his war dance.
Yeah.
He used to say that shit.
Yeah. Suggs was good too, man. Like that.
T-Sizzle? Elodie Nada?
Yeah.
The whole fucking
they
defense
had a crew just wreckers.
Hey, we didn't even talk about Reed.
Yeah.
We used to play him twice a year.
Yeah.
Should we get into this game real quick?
Get in.
Let's do it.
All right, let's get into this thing. As painful as this might be for me. We start this thing off. It's going to be an offensive day. Philly gets going with a 14-play, 7+ minute drive. Ends in 3. We respond with 3. Philly gets on the board first with the touchdown. A big LG run sets up an Alshon Jeffrey TD. These are chunk plays, baby. We got a 30-something yard LG run. We got a 30-something yard Alshon Jeffrey touchdown. Chunk plays.
Hightower's not in.
Hightower's not in. LG's running wild. Takes us to the start of the second quarter. Bad operation. Steve-O missed field goal. Not good. Then that takes us to the second drive of the second quarter. 2 notable moments here. Brandon Cooks knocked out. Bad.
He got knocked out.
And then the pass back to Tom. Dola pass back to Tom. Off the fingertips. That drive ends in a 4 and out. We go for it on 4th. Don't pick it up. Not great.
Now, do you guys as players, when like Josh is dialing up these like gadget plays, does that make you feel a certain way? Like, oh, he feels like we need to do this to move the ball. Is there any like sort of pride or anything like when a gadget plays are getting called like this in a game?
I know what I think.
Yeah.
Let Jimmy answer first. And then answer.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like I was never really involved with it when I was in the field. Like it was pretty much fucking basic plays, right? So, but I do feel like the excitement got ramped up. Like butthole gets a little bit tighter because it's like we only got one shot at this. Like we can run on every other play multiple times, but it's like this is like a once in a season type of opportunity. We've run it a couple times at practice, like it's worked, but let's see how this unfolds. And yeah, I mean, if you hit it, it's fucking great. But if you don't, then it's on this list.
I think,
Especially early on in a game like this too, I feel like.
Yeah.
but I think that these types of games, especially the Super Bowl, you're emptying the clip.
Oh, yeah.
So whatever you've had in all year long, that play could have been installed week 3.
Yeah.
The double pass was installed week 1. We had it called week 3. We never ran it the way until we went to Baltimore. We needed it. When you go to these types of games, they're unloading the clip. There's anything you have in the playbook that you haven't used that may be a new wrinkle that they've never seen, you're probably going to use.
So it's almost telling that you can throw those kind of plays in a Super Bowl that you didn't need it all year, that you were never in like such a situation where you had to call those. Okay, cool. That's interesting.
No, I like that. And I think Jules would have made the throw.
Dola's actually got a good arm.
He's got a good arm.
Dola's fucking good.
Of course you thought he would throw.
It looked good. But then that leads us to our next big moment of the half, which is the Philly special. The situation, Philly's up 15-12 at this point. A James White TD has cut it to a 3-point game. 38 seconds left in the half. 4th and goal from the 1. Philly lines up, calls a timeout after getting out there, seeing what the look looks like. And then you get Corey Clement direct snap. Burton to Foles, 22-12 going into the half.
No.
Thoughts on the Philly special?
It's one of those plays that I've never been able to get away from, man. Like going back home and the amount of fucking hoagie shops that have a hoagie called the Philly special.
My God.
Always reminded of it, man. Like, we got t-shirts with the whole play on the back and with all this, like, it's just one of those fucking things, man. It's like the thorn that you can never get out of your side. And, hey, tip the cap to like them having the balls in that moment to do it. And, now you see that Foles kind of like called it himself. And like, that's, you have to pay your respects, but fucking A, man, like, if not for that, like what could have happened?
Did that play going into half steal momentum? You think that may have affected the rest of the outcome?
I think so. I mean, we all know that like it's a game of 2 halves, right? It's really like playing 2 games. And so that momentum, while it was created in that moment, I don't know how we came, like, if it affected us coming back in the second half. I mean, obviously we strike first and we score a touchdown right out of the second half kickoff. So, but it was tough, man. That second quarter kind of did us in, man. And like just the circumstantial nature of the game of football, like how does that? It's not a good feeling going into half with that.
What was the halftime speech?
I don't remember.
Anything?
I don't think
just
so.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
We were so standard.
Yeah.
Like, all right, 5 minutes to yourselves. Coaches go do their thing.
Yeah.
3 minutes, 6 minutes, or whatever. 5 more minutes together. OD. And then you come in as a team, you get like 1 minute, and then you're back.
Yeah.
But it's a little longer in halftime.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Sorry, James.
I was just gonna say there was definitely like a difference in this game. I felt like like obviously the excitement of this playing in the Super Bowl is like pretty fucking intense. Like I remember the first one I played in against Seattle. Like when you go out the warm-ups, you can just feel that like electricity in you. But you gotta like tamper it because if
it's not a sprint.
But at this time in like my experience in this game was like, this was the 3rd one I played in. So like that kind of started to wane and it was almost like, oh, it's expected for us to be here. But these guys, I felt like they were fucking capitalizing on that energy. Like I'll never forget first quarter, our first drive that ended in a field goal. We got going like pretty good. And we were in 3 wide. It was me and James White on the field. And we go like, hurry up after like I think we had like a 9-yard catch. I forget who caught it, but 9-yard. And we got into the red zone. It's 2nd and 1. And we go like, no huddle. We'll go glass. Right. So it was an away block. Nigel Bradham, who I'd blocked in Buffalo for years, like good quality player. But I was like, I can make this block. Right. That motherfucker off the snap was like, it was like he was moving at a different speed and he my job on that play is to either like cut him off, seal him to the backside, or push him past. Well, he like beat me across my face and tackled James right behind me for no gain. And it was 2nd and 1, and then went 3rd and 1, and we didn't convert. We ended up kicking the field goal. And I think about that play so often because it's like, had I made that block, had we got that first down, do we score, go up 7-3, and how does that change the dynamic of that? And then you want to fucking butterfly effect it. Mm-hmm. And it's like, do we win this game? Does fucking Jason Kelsey, does the Philly special never happen? Do I don't have to go home and fucking order sandwiches with turkey and prosciutto on it that's called the Philly special at my favorite hoagie shop, Ernest & Sons down in Brigantine? Or like, does Kelsey not do the Mummers speech? Does Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey never get together? If I make this block, like, is that a whole different universe?
No, and isn't that the
mind blow, bro?
Isn't that the worst thing about being an athlete, like mentality wise, as being an athlete? I think of the plays I didn't make more than I think of the plays I made.
Oh, absolutely. Because that's the shit that like just sticks with you for some.
Are we greedy?
I mean, I don't know, but we're definitely.
It's the mentality that you need to have to become a 3-time Super Bowl champion, right? If you're falling in love with the outcome, you'll never get there.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You gotta love the process, man. And we love the process of like trying to continuously get better. And this game was such a low point in my career, like because I was so lucky. I came in when I started playing. We got to the Super Bowl. We won it miraculously on Malcolm's catch or interception. I mean. And then we go back, we like pull the fucking 28-3 out of our ass. And then it's just like, I never knew like what the feeling was to lose one of these. Yeah. And then to finally have it happen to my hometown team, going home in the off season and just witness it, like couldn't get away from the parade. I went home on that Tuesday and the parade's on Thursday. And now all of a sudden, like I can't get away from it. I can't fucking shake it. Every block corner had like a different, merch, Super Bowl 52 chant merch shit. And I just couldn't get away from it. I still can't. Now that they want LIX, like the 52 is like a little bit deafened. So that's nice. But man.
There was also all that like news stories afterwards about like, oh, we can win Super Bowls and be fun and have a good time. And it was like so like pointed at you guys.
Yeah.
So I came in because I remember that.
Well, I want to ask.
I wrote on the board.
Winning is fun.
Yeah.
We stayed there for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Because there's all the bitching about, you got Chris Long over. Oh, we have so much fun.
Yeah. Philly specials are illegal anyway, bro. Throw the flag.
But you can't sustain. You can't sustain that.
That
dude.
catch 2 in the end zone.
That was out of bounds. They had 2 touchdowns in this game that were fucking bullshit.
Let's get into that.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
I've always thought Corey Clement,
yes,
the back of the end zone,
the one in the third quarter,
that ball dislodges a little bit.
And Gene Serge was like, "Oh, it's on the form, but it moves to the wrist. Didn't dislodge, just moved." I'm like, it's moving. It's being bobbled, and his foot's out of bounds.
And then the Ertz play.
Same thing.
We beat Pittsburgh like a year later on the same exact shit.
Yes,
but like Jesse James, right? Like put the ball in the end zone, but it bounces up, and it's like. I mean, I guess Ertz like re-caught it, right? So it's a different
thing. His momentum.
And then to be fair for our non-Patriots fans, like you could make that, talk about butterfly effect, you could make the same play, our conversation about the Jacksonville AFC Championship game. Maybe there's some stuff here and you get some, you lose some. So like,
or maybe even just the Snow Bowl game.
Yes, right. Yeah.
If Tom doesn't get the tuck. Yeah. Is this all butterfly happen?
Are we even here?
Or we're not even here.
We're not even here.
You're at a little hoagie shop in fucking Philly. I'm over at my dad's mechanic shop fucking washing windows.
Yeah. If you get away with 3 in one game, like what are we doing? Philly special, illegal formation.
Yeah.
Throw the flag.
Ooh.
I'm going.
Jack's going to cook here.
Yeah. Clement, what a legacy game. Legacy game. This guy comes out of nowhere. Out of bounds also. Ertz, not a football move, incomplete pass. 3 in one game? Come on, man.
Yeah, and I don't want to be sour grapes here.
Oh, I'm sour. Sorry.
I know, but I like, because I got to go back to Philly tonight.
You're right.
Like, I know all my family going to see this and they're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking so much shit? But it's, I mean, you got to tip the cap. Like, the underdog mentality, they just had a different fucking speed. I felt like it was kind of becoming old hat for us. And like, just the amount of intensity that they had, and they were playing like they're just being aggressive. And then like in the end of the game, man, like to seal it defensively with Graham coming off the edge and like getting Tom for forcing that fumble, man. Like they had that underdog mentality where they're just going to leave it all on the field. And we kind of were like, we were there a bunch of times, and it was becoming like a little bit less intense for us. So
when did you know it was going to be a shootout?
I didn't know it. I kept thinking, watching the Eagles go through the Super Bowl, like this Nick Foles magic has to eventually wear off, right? Like he wasn't a starting quarterback at that time. And it was just like you see backups, like they'll have their runs, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you get reminded why he's not a starter. But Foles, man, like he just took advantage of every opportunity. And even in this game, like you kind of were always expecting like, Tom will get the upper hand. But you combine like Foles and just his consistency in that run with the intensity of the defense. It was a respectful game.
So you think that like usually the conversation with Super Bowls is like teams who have been there before, like, you know, the lights aren't as bright and it's a value to have experienced it. But you think you guys were 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, and they had that juice that actually affected the outcome of the game?
I mean, it seemed it, man. Like it just felt like their defense was fucking like on another level, man. Like it was something. I mean, like Cooks getting knocked out. Like I remember Malcolm was covering me on that play. It was Halsey juke. I ran the hitch on the outside, and Malcolm came off to hit the juke, and it just, oh man, like that knocks the wind out of your sails.
What's your mulligan play? Is it the block?
It was the block.
Okay, that's the mulligan play.
I mean, there was nothing I could do on Cooks getting knocked out. Like I followed Jenkins to the play, but at that point he was already down.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, that defense made the big play at the biggest moment when couldn't really get pressure on Brady all day, and then on that last drive, the strip sack, which sets up the field goal, which pushes it to 41-33, and then we come back and have a chance at the end with that Hail Mary to Robbie G at the end that was close.
That was close. That gets lost in the sauce in this game.
It does.
Robbie almost had 2 Hail Marys in Super Bowls.
Yes, Giants one.
If he didn't have his sprained ankle in that Giants one, butterfly effect.
Yeah.
He would have caught that. I am 1,000% sure Rob would have caught that.
And we got to give our flowers to Robbie G for the second half he put on here.
Held
to one
numbers?
catch in the first half. Second half, 2 touchdowns, 106 into the game with 9 catches, 116 yards, 2 tutties. First half, 1 catch for 9 yards. So I mean, Robbie G.
Dola had 152.
Dola, man, holy smokes, he's putting up Jerry Rice numbers.
And Tom had 500 yards, which is still a record.
505 yards. I mean, just incredible. Over 1,100 total yards offense in this game. Speaking of crazy offensive performances, no one can stop anyone on defense. It's worth noting Malcolm Butler did not play in this game. Not going into any sort of conspiracy theories, but
we don't have to get into it, but it needs to be said.
It needs to be said.
Absolutely. He didn't play?
Yeah,
did not play.
And I
wasn't there, so I don't know.
You were hanging out with Guy Fieri up in the booth.
I mean, I remember the realization that he wasn't on the field, like, and asking around, like, hey, why is Malcolm not playing? No one knew. And then we had the Super Bowl 49 reunion was the last year, and he was in house, and I had like a moment with him where it was just me and him. And I was like, Mal, just tell me. Like, I won't say anything, but like, tell me why you didn't play. And he's like, dude, I don't know. Like, I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. And yeah, I mean, no one fucking knows, man. Crazy.
Or is he just denying until he dies?
Maybe.
We'll have to buy the book.
Yeah. Have to buy the book. See the movie.
Man, I just got to say.
Put a bow on this
Final
freaking
score.
game.
Final score.
Final score, 41-33.
Yeah.
The Eagles win their first Super Bowl.
4.
Yeah.
It was their first title
5.
since the
Lost in Indy, too.
1960 NFL
No, I wasn't there for that one, man. But
3 in a row. 3 in a row.
How much did this game
back-to-back?
lead into the next season?
I think a lot.
Yeah.
Personally, I took this one like, and wore it for a while and let it like stew and fucking motivate me. And I came back and I think I was playing some of the best football that next year. And then we went back and won it, man. And like the Eagles they weren't able to like pick themselves up after this one. And so I kind of hang my hat on that when I go back around and people start talking about the Super Bowl 52 and like, yeah, well, what happened the next year, But that's all I got because they got us in this one. So you got to pay your respect where respect is due.
And this is their first Super Bowl win.
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Yeah.
It is.
The last one was 1960, the NFL championship game.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
They took down another legendary quarterback, head coach duo, Bart Starr and Vince Lombardi.
Wow.
Wait, was that a
17-13.
Super Bowl win?
No, that was not
the
NFL championship.
NFL
championship. First Super Bowl.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
All right, wrap Aftermath.
And this was 41-33, as we mentioned, the Aftermath. Offensive performance like we've never seen before. Philly wins their first Super Bowl in franchise history. Nick Foles goes from backup to Super Bowl MVP. Insane. A record.
You got a statue.
He's got a statue. Man, unbelievable. 1,151 yards of offense. Most in any NFL game ever.
Tom had to
Not
win
just a
6.
Super Bowl ever.
7.
6-7?
6 and 1 team.
6, yeah.
And then the Patriots set the record for most yards in a Super Bowl, 613.
Jesus.
Most points scored by a losing team, 33. We talked about Dola in this amazing game. He had this Super Bowl, awesome AFC championship game. He would leave to go to Miami in the offseason. Get that check, Dola. And then the Patriots would come back next year, wipe that sour taste out of their mouth, and beat the Rams 13-3 in Super Bowl 53. Flash forward to 2024, Philly would get their second Super Bowl, beating the Chiefs 40-22.
And cleaning house too. New coach, new quarterback.
That's the more impressive thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's
They're an
Same
organization
GM.
now.
yeah, that's been a little bit of a solace.
Yeah.
Going back there now and like living in Philly.
Yeah.
Is that like there's no more signs of that team anymore? Because I got super salty and I was like, "Fuck these guys!" Like I don't like any of them. And now they got a whole new team, and it's like now I can root for you guys. Like thank you.
And
You
Saquon
know?
Barkley's sick. Penn
Yeah.
State, like
yeah. And they got guys that are. It's fun to root for them now, And like my boys, they're fucking wearing Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown jerseys and shit. And like, hey, have fun. Because this is a good, like, if you're going to be a football guy growing up, like, you want to have fandom where it's like your team's out there winning games.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? If it was the Pats, so be it. If it's the Eagles, so be it. Like, it's football, man.
I still like to see, it's like I'm a Niners fan. I like to see the Niners do well.
Absolutely.
It's a great
We
time to
didn't
be a
lose
Phillies
them in
fan.
a fucking bowl.
Yeah.
it's funny. AJ
But
Brown's
I don't think I would be, I think I'd be the same way though. Like
Yeah.
once you get here, your fandom, you kind of lose that.
Yeah.
But then once you retire, you kind of gravitate because you're in the group text with all your fucking friends
Yeah.
back home. So then you're like, all right, but I'm not going to sit here and go buy a fucking jersey.
Exactly.
I'll wear a hat
Yeah.
or a Niners hat.
But you can't wear another man's jersey.
Can't.
Not
Not once you're there.
No.
Let's grade this game. Let's put it on.
Can I get one last one in for James?
What?
I'd be remiss, a man that knows how to fucking block his ass off. What's your thoughts on the tush push?
Ooh,
Oh
push.
man, that's a hot button topic.
I know. I had to get it in.
I mean, I just think right now the Eagles are so fucking good at running in it, and there's a lot of like sour grapes. When I talk about sour grapes, just people that can't stop it. Like the rules, yes, it's a tough play to officiate, but like, I mean, you got the chance to officiate it. Like, I mean, fucking then do it.
Yeah.
You know, I
Call
don't
the
know,
false
like-
starts. Call the
Like you
lining
got to
up in the
do
neutral zone.
business is being done. And so like you either stop it while it's still a legal play or you don't and you get beat on it. But like, let's fucking move it down the road. Like, let's stop talking about it. If you want to make decisions after this season, then
After the
have at
season.
it.
So it's in this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Learn how to stop it. Coming together around the holidays is the best. But let's be honest, it can be a bit stressful. Hosting family from out of town, getting the house ready for cooking, it's a lot. That's why it's important to choose chill. No matter how stressful it gets, say you get stuck sitting at the kids' table, choose chill. What if you didn't get to watch a single minute of football because you had to help chop carrots? Choose chill. I remember last year, the best part of the evening was passing out cold Coors Lights and just remembered what the holidays are all about. Every holiday gathering gets brighter with Coors Light. Choose chill this holiday season and then reach for a Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/GWN, or you can find it pretty much anywhere that sells beer. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado beer. Let's name the game. It's called the Phillies Special. Phillies first, defense optional. Somebody get a stop or something else. What do you think of it as?
Oh man, I mean, the Philly Special. Obviously, that's the moniker that you always hear about that one particular play. But like, I think like the city of Philadelphia is the city of brotherly love, right?
Yeah.
And like at that point, it was like a little brother beating like the big brother, where it's like you still kind of got to tip your cap to him, but like it hurts you. It's the thorn in your side. Like you don't want your little brother beating you, you know? So like something along those lines where it's like, I don't know, like
Little brother beats a older brother.
No, I mean, not to like veto or step in. It's got to be the Philly Special. Like that's what it's
Yeah.
like called. Like
Yeah.
if you say the Philly Special to anyone
let's call it
in the
this
NFL,
Philly Special. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
The Philly
I was trying to get cute with it.
I like
Jules
it.
loves a
No, no, I
pun.
like talking
Jules
about it.
loves a pun. Don't get
love
me
a
wrong.
pun.
Yeah.
But
Score of the game. Is this the greatest game of all time? Let's score its decimals. Encourage, Jimmy.
Okay.
Stakes 0 to 10.
I mean, it's the Super Bowl. It's the big one, right? So stakes. Let's go 9.0.
9.0.
I think it's like a 9-3 game. 9-4.
Yeah.
9-5.
because you got back-to-backs on the
You got
line.
back to back
Also,
for
first
one,
Super Bowl.
first
yeah.
for the other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I went 9-1.
I went 9-2.
Star power.
I mean, between like our two teams, obviously like Wentz going down, but they had a lot of star power, especially now like as guys transition into like their post playing career. I mean, obviously you weren't there, but we still had. Let's go 8-6.
That's a great score.
I mean,
Really good score.
That's
That's a
Tom
great score.
Brady, like
yeah. Nick
but-
Foles.
I mean, and look at what he's done now. Nick Foles is a
You got some Hall of Fame linemen.
yeah.
You got Kelsey's probably going to go in
Kelsey,
the Hall.
yeah.
You got
Lane Johnson,
Lane
yeah.
Johnson's going to go in there.
Yeah.
They had, I mean,
I'm sure like Philly.
I'm gonna go with
Philly
8
celebrities were probably loaded like crazy up there.
8.2.
8.2.
Solid.
That's a little low, I think.
I went with a 9-0.
At 8.4.
I wasn't in it.
I heard Guy Fieri was there.
Jules wasn't in it.
Gameplay of the game. This is a fucking
It's a high
great
one.
game to watch.
Yeah, it was. I remember at the post game party saying like, "Hey, I know we lost this, but this was a good game for the game of football. Like, what a fucking entertaining game to watch, right?" So I'm gonna give that like a 9.4, 9.5 actually.
9.5.
I'll say. It doesn't get much better, man.
I'll give it a 9 flat.
I mean, no defense. but-
9.
I will say the strip sack happened a little too early in the, you know, like if that was like on the
We still
20-yard
had a
line.
chance yet.
Yeah.
I went the 7-9.
I went 8.9.
Sour grapes.
Yeah, this is a high
Some of the
score.
controversial calls I think takes away a little bit.
The name of the game, cultural relevance. I mean, this is for everyone. Relevance.
No, I can't say it. Relevance.
Relevance.
There you go.
Relevance. Not a brown guy.
Yeah.
Word guy.
Hey, Kent State, man.
Didn't you almost go there?
No, I dated a girl from Kent State.
Yeah,
I met her on spring break. I spent some time out in like Northeast Ohio.
Beautiful, huh?
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Welcome. Get you a Rockneys. Go to Rockneys.
Now we went up to what's that amusement park up on the lake?
Cedar Point.
Cedar Point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Putin Bay. I particularly remember that where they don't have cars or some shit. You got to like drive golf carts everywhere.
Yeah.
We went up to Putin Bay like either before or after Cedar Point.
Cedar Point was awesome.
tight.
Yeah.
Name of the game.
Philly special.
It's got a statue for it.
Yeah.
Got a statue. Right.
I mean, as much as it pains me, I'm gonna give it a 8.5.
Ooh.
I mean, it's more like an 8-9. People know this. And I know it's only fucking 8 years ago. These people know this game.
They know it.
Yeah.
I think you undersold it a touch.
Like James said, this was a field day for every
This is
hoagie
gonna be a
shop
high
owner in
game.
America.
Where does this
Jack-
stack
Jack-
up on
Oh
the
my
list?
god! This was an 8. I had 9.0.
Out of 9.3. So total, it is an 8.86. That is our new 12th game, 12th overall.
Let's see.
Just
Put it
behind.
up. Where is it?
Oh, sorry. Just behind Choke at the Doke and just ahead of Super Bowl 18 Raiders versus Redskins, our new 12th game.
Tom Brady 12th.
TB12.
And it's a loss.
505 yards.
And also, if you're like, Choke at the Doke is tied with the 2004 ALCS Game 4 Yankees Red Sox.
This is our highest Patriots loss, I believe.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, it should be because
And honestly, it probably should be a touch higher too.
It could be even higher.
Yeah.
I hate this game. Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean, for the relevance of football, this is a fuck because Philadelphia is a cornerstone team. They're like one of the original teams.
Yeah.
They've been there since the 40s or something, right?
I don't know exactly when.
They're one of the original.
But it's before 60.
Yeah.
Before the Patriots.
Yeah.
Grease the poles.
Jimmy, we miss anything from this game?
No, man, I think we got it. I think it's time to go to put it to bed.
Put it to bed.
And now that LIX is around, like they can cheer about that, man. It's but no, I don't think we missed anything.
I have one last question.
Sure.
What does football mean to you?
Oh man, football's given me a lot in my life, man. I am very, very thankful and just appreciative for the game. It's putting me in the room with a lot of special individuals, yourself included. I just kind of like being able to sponge up and learn not only how to be a better football player, but how to be a better man, how to take accountability for things, and just the accountability that it requires, man. Like when you're fucking sore and tired and you still got to fucking put the pads on and go back out there for a 2-a-day, like when we first started, man. Like that was the era of football that I just will always cherish. And the fact that we got to experience that, I feel like we were the last of like that old guard where we, my first year in the UFL, we were doing 2-a-days down in Orlando. And I remember sweating through fucking everything I had twice a day. And it's like, man, like how much do I love the game of football? Well, I'm willing to do it for damn near free at that point because I wasn't getting paid for training camp. And I'm out there like just slamming my face into people, trying to make a name for myself. Like who knows where this is going to go. And then thankfully football lined shit up where I was in the right spot at the right time, and circumstantial nature of the game of football. And like the Patriots were looking for a fullback. Josh previously had one in his offenses, and I was available at the right time, man. And so like, God, fuck it. I love the game of football, man. Like I really, one of my thoughts when I first retired was I wanted to write a book and just call it like "Thank You Football."
Oh, sick.
And just
sick.
like, and collect stories like, I mean, this guy in the game of football, myself. There's thousands of other stories just like us where it's like that underdog. Like the Rocky story. I grew up in Philly. I fucking Rocky's my favorite. I named my daughter Adrian. Right, and it's like, and I just like. That underdog, that's what football's all about. And I feel like Philly had it in that game, which was unfortunate. Like kind of stole that from us. But then we went back the next year and we were like the underdogs again, And like we were the old team. We were the team that still didn't have it. Tom's too old. Jules is fucking coming off an injury and all that. Like it was, but we did it. That humanization of the game of football that I think oftentimes gets missed. That is like the beautiful thing about it, man. And I think we gotta feel that. Like that, you see how like that, I think he's a receiver quarterback in Chicago that just got emotional when he's talking about how he got his contract and he was like about his dad or something like that type of like love. I mean, I fucking like loved you guys, my teammates.
Love you too.
I told before every game, I told the whole offense and damn near pretty much the entire team that I loved them. Like from face to face, man to man, just to say like, yo, I love you. And then we go out and do our thing, man. Cause like, that's what it requires is love for the game, love of your teammates. Yeah. So I love the game of football, man.
It's a real football guy move to pick this game too.
Yeah.
Like that is you're so emotionally charged, then you pick it's a loss, but you know what? It's a character move to pick this game.
Oh, thank you, man.
Mad props for that. I got one question for my fullback in high school, John Lacasse, who grew up, loved you. What goes into your like fullback accoutrement selection, like the bull ring, the cowboy coat. Like what's the thought process behind
Bull
selecting
ring is
that?
simple. I kept bending the top of my face mask on contact, and I have a collection of bent face masks. I still kept them. Mikey Redmond in the equipment room used to always save it for me and put it in my locker afterwards. So the bull ring just kind of helped stabilize that part, even though I would continue to bend them in every once in a while. And then the cowboy collar / brace that I wore, like a lot of people have like different perspectives on what to wear. I had like a stinger issue when I was in the UFL actually, and we had this tight end that had played with the Jets, and he got this brace made when he got stingers. I guess the Jets made it, and he gave it to me. And he was like, here, you have to screw it into the top of your pads, and it's just like this little like 3D printed looking thing. And it just had like enough of a ridge where I could like lock my helmet on it. So then like when I'm in my stance, I could like fucking put my base of my helmet on that thing. And then I couldn't go past that, like on contact. So I would literally like run kind of like my head and my shoulder pads were like connected. And then
Fused.
I continued to have stinger problems. Then I got the cowboy collar. Then that last year when I was dealing with the neck stuff, like I've told you before, like I knew I was like slightly broken. And so I was just trying to hide it as best I could. I was stuffing like towels in there, like just trying to make it so my head like would not move back. So I couldn't like turn to catch a pass, but I could still block every once in a while. But yeah, I mean, it was like out of necessity. Like I just continued to add more and more shit back there, so I didn't have to do that anymore.
And now everyone knows. This is just a little sneak peek why we were so good. Not everyone knows James Devlin in New England, but like it's pieces and it's people like him. Everyone was a leader in their own special way. Jimmy was a energy igniter. He was also a guy that didn't say much, but when he talked, everyone listened. Like that's why we were who we were, playing in our second Super Bowl in a row that we lost and going back and winning another one, winning one 3 years before that. All the success is because of guys like Jimmy. You know, and that's something. He was one of the best teammates I've ever had. He could always read you. And like he'd always pump me up if I was like down or out, you know what I mean? You could read my energy real well, man.
Shared experience, man. I think that's just the human nature of this game, dude. We're all guys going through life together, like in the same phase of life.
Young men.
Like
young guys.
I recently heard this thing about like how it's hard to make friends as an adult, right? Like our whole childhood, you're with like people that are your age kind of going through the same things in life, right? And then when you're an adult, like you lose that because then you're working, you're in like this corporate structure. On a game of football, we're all the same age. We're all going through life at the same time. We're all going through the same experience and on the field in our job. And so it's a special fucking community that it builds, right?
It is.
And then like we get to see, you got to see me start a family. Like I got to see you have Lily. And then like we then bond even deeper on those kinds of things. And like, she's like 8 now? Then I got an 8-year-old at home. Like I'm grooming him, man. He's a handsome little dude.
We'll put him
He's
together.
a handsome little dude.
We'll put him together.
Hey, you know, he just had a nice little catch in his game on Sunday.
Shout out, baby.
He was pumped. The first time I ever saw him line up outside, I go, yeah, they got Will lined up out on the edge. He runs a go. Quarterback dimes. They're 9 years old. I'm like, dimes it to him. He catches it over his shoulder, runs, and then hits like a first down like Cam Newton. I'm like, oh my God, this swag, he's kind of got that Danny coolness. Yeah. You know, where he doesn't even need to try.
Can't teach that either.
He wears like a gold chain right now.
You can't teach cool.
I'm not like a gold chain guy, but he wears a gold chain. I cut his hair, so I put like a little lightning bolt in the side and shit.
Yeah. I'm calling Bolt next time I see him.
But then Jimmy's like a little man. I mean, I could go on and on about my kids. I don't want to waste our time here.
Well, thank you so much, bro.
Hey, thanks for having me.
For coming. Everyone go check out Soulberry in Ocean City and
Brigantine, New Jersey. Down in Jersey Shore, man.
the Jersey freaking Shore. Gym, tan, laundry, fucking smooth.
Shore. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay,
Thank you for that.
GTLS.
That's right.
Go get you one. Thanks, Jimmy, for coming on,
Hey,
bro.
thanks for having me, man. Love you too, brother.
Man, that was an awesome episode with James Devlin. We're sitting here, we're arguing how like one of the dumbest smart guys I've ever met. Seriously,
because we're not going to say that.
No, because Jimmy, he's so he's like the smartest guy, but he's dumb enough to try to put towels in his neck when like doctors basically saying, "Hey, dude, if you do this, you're not going to be able to walk," and he's like trying to maneuver a way to be able to go still knock his head into someone else. Like, that's what a fullback is. That's a fullback. That's every time when we have new fullbacks, when he retired, I had to keep on. I say, hey, man. I say, if you ain't knocking yourself out every goddamn play and you don't got little mechanisms to make your neck not snap back, this ain't your job. This isn't for you.
Getting something 3D printed to prevent like long-term like neck and head injury is the perfect example of dumb smart, right? You're smart enough to get something 3D printed that you can lock in, but like to bash your head against the wall.
No, he's the best human being, man. He's awesome. He really was an unbelievable teammate. Just he's a foxhole guy. Anytime, anything, any situation, old Jimmy was there ready.
Honestly, bro, loves football, knows football. What a guy.
And he's a movie character. He loves his family, he loves his wife, he loves it. I just love him. He's great people energy.
Like, at what point are you born a fullback? Do you become he is just oozes fullback? To me, it's kind of like those people that like you start looking like your dog after you buy the dog. You know what I mean? Like, which one is it, a chicken or the egg thing? It's incredible.
I don't know.
That's a fullback right there,
It took
baby.
him a long time to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, Lorenzo Neal looks like a fullback. He kind of had.
Did James wrestle? Was he a wrestler?
We didn't even ask.
Yeah.
I don't think that was in his
background.
background.
He was in the track. Like,
what a terrible journalist I am.
Terrible journalist.
I don't think so. I just know.
I think if he tried, he boxes. The guy he just loves Philly. He loves brothers. You see that? Like he looked at me when he said that. I almost started crying.
Oh yeah, bro. He's on some Four Brothers Mark Wahlberg type beat.
He's on some Four Brothers Mark Wahlberg type shit.
He loves his bros.
I think he loved that movie because we were in the league with. He loved that movie. He loved that
all timer, dude. Dude, I want to talk some more Florida Tuskers, man. He and Wiggy down there. That's crazy. UFL days.
Man, what a journey. What a story.
Wow. Playing for free in Orlando?
Soulberry. Everyone go check it out.
They're making money.
But he said in the preseason, they weren't getting paid. He was out there just clanging and banging for the love of it.
Clanging and banging.
Freaking
but hey, we need to chill out, guys.
Before we do that, I just want to say, just because for our non-Patriots fans, this is while the Patriots played in this game, Super Bowl 52, they were not the winners, right?
Yeah.
So we didn't fully give this game the full Games with Name experience it deserves. So let's take this have to be an opportunity to get Nick Foles on the show. So just let's get Nick Foles to tell his side for this game. I suspect it'll go higher up in our rankings. 12 is too low, but
all right.
We're not surprised. We're going to be doing more
painfully.
episodes with more people and just different perspectives. So we have to get the Eagles.
I know we need
the Eagles.
Maybe
perspective,
Jason
for sure.
Kelsey.
Maybe old Doug Peterson and
Well,
his
he might
advisor
go
in there.
second Soupy. Or did
He's got a lot to choose from.
He was already
first
out.
one? He had one before, no?
No,
He wasn't. Jason Kelsey was here, and then
Yeah.
But then they lost.
Oh, he
missed this last
He
one.
lost in the Kelsey Bowl.
Yeah. I wonder if he'd do that one anyways, though.
Yeah. So we do need to get the Eagles' perspective on this. So
We should also, I will say, put a bow on this, use our publishing arm of Nuthouse to help him publish Thank You Football.
Thank You Football.
That sounds like our kind of book.
we got it.
Nuthouse publishing an imprint of Simon & Schuster. We got to publish
You
our first
Football.
book. Sick coffee table book. Imagine you walk into someone's crib and that's on their coffee table. Ball knower. Immediate ball knower.
Ball knower.
Oh, yeah.
Man. Insertion point. He got real excited about the insertion point question.
I'm all about some insertion point. Oh, man.
Well, it's time for the Chill
Hey,
Zone. Brought to you by Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/GWN and celebrate responsibly.
Oh, yeah. Cheers, guy.
what do we do?
It tastes so good when it hits your lips.
Oh, it's like your
What
lips.
do we got right now?
Let's hit this old chill line, hot line, whatever you want to call it. Let's hear from the people. We haven't answered any of these in a while. The answering machine was filling up.
Jules, Jackie, Tyler, Eric from Detroit. I got a question for you. Who's pushing more weight, Dan Campbell, MCDC, or Brady?
Ooh, MCDC or Vrabes?
Ooh.
Pushing more weight.
Ooh.
See, I don't know Dan Campbell.
No.
Like, he looks the part. He was a tight end. He played in the league. I know Vrabel. I know the lore of Vrabel. I've seen Vrabel, and I know the medical staff that treated Vrabel. Like he's supposed to be like a Wolverine, this guy. He had like unreal wind. He never got tired. That's what always the lore of Vrabel in the locker room was.
Stamina.
He had long ass arms. He's set an edge. And so if you think about it, defensive ends or like outside linebackers, when they have a tight end on them, they think it's a mismatch. Mm-hmm. They usually toss those guys around. There's only a select few of guys that are untossable. Was Dan Campbell one of those guys? I don't know. I didn't know. But I'm just telling you, Vrabes made a lot of plays and set a lot of edges. So
my money's on Vrabes.
I have the answer.
Who?
The answer is
I got Vrabes.
Campbell bench, Vrabes deadlift.
Low man wins, legs win. Let's go. Next question.
You can take your own inference from that.
Hey, Julian, it's Luke out of Frisco, Texas, and I'm wondering if there's any tips you can give me on how to make varsity on the Sam linebacker, wide receiver. Thank you.
Sam linebacker, wide receiver.
Sick combo.
That's a combo.
Linebacker.
How do you make varsity? Don't make any mistakes when you get your opportunities. Make plays when you have your opportunities. But don't go out of your life to try to make a play. Make a play when it's there to be made. So you have to, even though you're just doing your job on your assignment or scheme in a certain play, always do that. And then sometimes a big play will come out of that. But always doing what your assignment scheme, this, that, And if you're gonna make a gambler guest, or you're gonna make sure that fucking shit's right, because they can't tell you nothing if you do it right. If you make the play doing it wrong, but just don't make mistakes, man. Don't make the same mistake twice. Know your shit. Don't make varsity.
Heck yeah.
We're rooting for you. Varsity.
We're rooting for you, Luke.
Hey, and you got to win all. If you're gonna be young dog, you got to be the rabbit. In the conditioning,
varsity down there in Frisco is no joke, man.
And the conditioning, you got to be the rabbit. Meaning you got to be leading the way. You got to earn the respect of the varsity.
Let's go, Luke. Show them how it's done, baby. You go to class. Keep those grades up.
Before we go to the next one, you've got some stuff in the bottom of your shoe.
Oh, that's tar.
That's tar.
Yeah.
Can you keep your foot down? It looks like
that's tar from the beaches of California. I was walking my dog. My feet hurt right now, and these are comfy.
Can you maybe just like angle it in such a way so we can't see it?
But you see, I just want to show.
Or you can just say it's tar. There it is. It's tar, everyone.
It's tar.
We'll keep it.
It's tar.
You know the secret to get tar when you step on it on the beach? Sunscreen. Helps
Sunscreen?
get it off. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't that so stupid that we have to talk about the tricks of walking on these beautiful beaches of getting the tar off your fucking feet?
Yeah.
How do we have tar on our goddamn beaches in California?
I mean, do you want the answer?
I don't want the answer, especially not from you. Next question.
What's up, guys? Cody, Pilot Point, Texas.
You got some Texas boys.
AKA
Represent.
Texas. I want you guys to cover the Cowboys versus Patriots 2015 at AT&T Stadium. That was my first time watching the Cowboys play. I was born in '88. Clipped out newspaper articles and posted them to my corkboard growing up. Jules, I think you had 120 yards receiving, 4 receptions, and 1 tutty. I appreciate having the chance to watch Dynasty 2.0 in person. If y'all could cover it, man, that'd be sweet.
You know what? Speaking of Texas, Dola, we had Hall of Fame weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And Dola's got some of his friends we are all mutual friends, Texas people. And one of his friends is wearing a cowboy hat, and his wife is wearing a cowboy hat. She's a professional rider. And like my daughter loves horses. And so we're flying back after the weekend's over, and she like looks over and she goes, "Dad, why is everyone at Texas so cool?" I was like, what? Why? She's like, you see how cool they were? They have cowboy hat. And it's true. The Texas people are fucking cool.
I don't know what it is. Lily's right, as usual.
You know what?
Spot on.
This game, to cover this game, I mean, we could cover this game. That was a fun game just because it was for a kid who grew up rooting against the Cowboys, being a 49er fan, but still always understanding the grandness of the Cowboys. Cowboys are a cornerstone franchise in this league. And I wanted to play my best game against them in Jerry World, in the big stadium. It was still fairly pretty new when that thing came, or when we played there. So, like, that was such a fun experience just because of that.
I got a question for you about this game that you probably have no idea on. This is one of the prettiest visuals games.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like some of the best pictures.
The lighting.
The sunset coming through and just like the lighting.
Like Tom walking, he looks like a superhero.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Did you see that? Like that the lighting was weird when you were playing in that game? Like shadows or like...
You know what? I don't remember necessarily that. I remember them, coach bringing that up. And I don't think it was that bad. But the one thing you did have to practice was the punts. Because the Jumbotron is low. And so it could bounce off that. So we were, trying to judge the punts in there pregame just to get a look at that. But I mean, that thing's a spectacle, that stadium. I mean, you're walking through a bar to getting to your locker room. There's like people going crazy. There's freaking like dancers like hovering everywhere and stuff. It was, I mean, it's the big boys.
We took that one 30-6 in a classic Tom Brady versus Brandon Weeden matchup.
I do remember one thing. I was around. We didn't. Who was it? Romo wasn't playing that game. He was banged up or something, right? Mm-hmm. I remember him saying something like, "We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys again." Yeah, right, Romo. I walked away after we played them. I go, yeah, right, dude. I don't know if that's real. I don't know if I just made that up, but I there could have been something. I was like, yeah, right, bro.
Let's do one more.
It was a spectacle.
Let's do one more.
Something else.
This is from our Canadian attaché.
Hey guys, I'm calling in from Canada. I wish I was calling with some better news, but I don't know how much filters down south, but there's some new rule changes in the CFL that are completely turning this little country upside down. Just want to get your reaction to the eradication of our great game up here. To summarize, we're losing the length of the field. We always used to be 110 yards. We're now going to be 100 yards. We're also taking away most of the rouge implementations, which is one of the most unique things about the Canadian game. There's still one still remaining, but most of the fun rouge stuff is gone. They're also reducing the size of the end zone. So anyway, it's there's a great black veil over the Canadian North right now, and we need your voice to weigh in these trying times. Thank you so much.
So they're cutting the field, making it regular.
So Jack has more information, but they're moving the goalpost from being on the goal line to back of the end zone now, like the NFL. And because they're doing that, they're making the 20-yard end zone now 15 yards. What else? Both the teams are going to be on opposite sidelines now. They used to be on the same sideline. They're
Americanizing.
The rouge is like the little like weird 1 points for like a missed field goal. If you kick it out of the end zone, you get a point. A lot of that stuff is going away.
Yeah, so a rouge, a missed field goal that sails through the end zone, or a punt or kickoff that goes through the end zone. No more. You can't have a walk-off on those anymore. But Kyler mentioned the big one, the shortening of the field. Used to be 110, now down to 100.
Do they still
the end
got
zones will now be
motions
15
that
yards.
can go towards the line of scrimmage?
Motions are still good.
Yeah, there's no
We're good.
no word on that.
Okay,
Down is
that's the
still
only
good.
bit. Yeah, the width. If you still got motion going forward, you still got your little niche.
So some of the controversy, because me and Jack were looking it up, some of the controversy is none of the players or coaches were consulted with this.
None of those players or coaches want to be there. All those players and coaches want to be in the league.
Hey, we're trying
This
to
is
get
just
a
in
Grey
Grey
Cup
Cup.
every year,
I don't
man.
know if that's true.
We want a Grey Cup.
I don't know if that's entirely true.
Actually, Doug did more.
Doug,
We might have
Doug.
to cut that.
We should call Doug up.
We're a pro
Where's
CFL
Doug today
podcast.
about this? We are.
I think the Canadian people are a little bit taken aback because what makes the CFL is not the NFL, right? It's just not it's a somewhat different product, and they're not really even trying to be.
Are they maybe changing due to flag football?
I haven't seen
it's
that
for
up
more
there yet.
touchdowns and more entertainment value.
I'm all about that,
For better,
but-
and for better sight lines, right? So removing the goalpost from in play to out back now makes the middle of the field in the end zone. They don't really throw in the middle of the field in the end zone. They would only throw on the sides. So it's going to increase scoring big time.
And it's probably going to decrease injuries. Those guys probably running into that all the time, no?
Yeah, we saw that in some of these clips we were watching. But just like, you're stripping away so much of the Canadian uniqueness that is the CFL. It's its own game. And it's
it's
just,
still got a little more depth.
right. I mean, I think they haven't fully neutered it, but like, I don't know. Like Kyler made a good point earlier, like, what's the end game here? You want to be more like,
What are you trying to be?
Right.
You're trying to compete with the NFL because you're not.
and then you got to think about in the trickle down effect, these young Canadian boys and girls growing up learning this game on fields all across Canada. You got to redo all these fields. You got to reconfigure everything.
Do they have Canadian football fields in Canada?
They do. It's going to cost an estimated.
They don't even have. Do they have Canadian football high school?
Yeah,
I think they have college.
It's
too.
800,000 to $1 million to change like each field. They're saying it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be insane, bro.
And there's some speculation too with a lot of the NFL international talk that maybe this is a play from CFL to make their games more similar, to potentially merger, maybe not fully or create sub leagues or whatever, just to be more part of the NFL ecosystem. So,
Well,
I don't like it.
maybe they're trying to recruit like Germany and because there's a big German population playing football, American football.
They've come down here. They've had teams in America. It worked.
Well, I mean,
We adapted.
I've had
Street. Don't
three.
forget about the Shreveport Pirates.
I played
bro.
with 3 straight Germans:
Yeah.
Kuhn, Sebastian Vollmer,
and Johnson, Jacob.
and Johnson.
I guess there's 2 phases of CFL rule changes, and there's going to be more drastic changes that come in
Are they
2027.
still doing the kickoff though?
They do kickoff. I don't know if it's modified like the NFL's kickoff.
No, but I mean, I think the rouge part of it, if
If
it
you
goes
kick it out of the end zone, it's a point.
That's a big thing. From everything, the sweeping changes that I've read about. I mean, I see some people singing old Stuart Johnson. It's the commish up there.
Half of me's
singing his
liking
praises,
it.
but I don't like it. I don't like it. I'm
Half
taking a
of
stand
me's
here.
liking it, and half of me's not liking it.
It feels like it's probably going to be
I think that's my mom's half that's not liking
the
it.
Canadian.
My dad's side is like it's becoming more American.
Yeah.
It's visually like what we're used to.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't want to shit on their game.
Me neither. That's why I like
why-
it being unique and having its own personality and a little bit of
But
quirkiness
for
and
a
their own
person
spin on it.
who had a CFL contract,
I was going to say
You just didn't.
you're
sign
more
it.
qualified to speak than any of us right
never
now.
signed it.
Yeah.
What's the question?
They just,
I don't know. I think it's just the
conversation.
conversation starter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do we make our Canadian attaché feel better?
Well, I don't know, man. Like, I think you're going to get better, like, because guys don't throw across the middle in the red area in CFL. They're like, I don't want to go play in that league because it's not going to prepare me for where I really want to go, and that's in the NFL. Okay, we'd all be lying if we're going to say the CFL guys don't want to play in the NFL. We would be lying to ourselves. We love the game. We love what it is. But this could be a better thing for them to get guys, oh, maybe we could do that now. It's becoming a little more
Uniform, so to speak.
I don't know.
I
was
mean,
trying to
think-
go in a different direction.
I think the
I
silver
think you're
lining
getting there.
for our Canadian friends here is that hockey season starts soon.
Yeah, it's a hockey town.
Yeah.
We shouldn't.
Yeah,
But I get
honestly.
it. I like guys that like their sport.
Me too. I'm with you, Fraser. We stand in support with you, brother.
We stand
Stand
in
in
support.
support of our Canadian football fans.
We'll send you a Nut House hat and a Slotty Pippen t-shirt.
We got you.
Make up for things.
Yeah, maybe.
That was awesome.
And I do have ordered a bunch of the what is it? Maple nougat from Canada.
Yeah, you're a big nougat guy.
Big nougat guy.
Are we Hamilton Tiger Cat guys here? Who are we?
I'm a Montreal Alouettes.
You're
guy.
I'm a
Alouette
BC
guy?
Lion
I'm a
guy.
BC Lion guy, yeah.
BC Lion.
BC Lion.
Or the Rough Riders.
The Rough Riders.
Which one, you might ask?
Yeah.
Wait, the Rough Riders. So
I think they changed the
Oak
name.
Grove
they
used to be
changed
the
it.
Rough
Yeah.
Riders back in California.
One was like with a Z and one was like with an
The
S.
Razorbacks, the Oak Grove Razorbacks, and the Oak Grove Rough Riders. That was such a sick Pop Warner name.
That is, dude.
It
Black,
would-
the red and black.
No, they were red and blue and white.
I like Patriots-ish?
Nah, but more like Techno Bowl, like looking red with a little like royal blue.
Okay.
And
rather than like a navy.
Yeah, more red. Yeah, I don't know.
I like it though.
We should pick. We should each pick a
CFL team
and then bet on it.
BC Lions.
Okay, you're
They're already
BC
taken?
Lions. There's the Hamilton Tiger Cats.
Oh, Hamilton's pretty
The
good.
Montreal Alouettes. I'll go Montreal Alouettes. There's the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Scarlett Johansson. I'm
Toronto
gonna be a Hamilton
Argonauts.
guy. I'm a Hamilton guy.
Calgary Stampeders, Edmonton Elks, Saskatchewan Rough Riders, and then the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
Whoever Drake roots for is who I root for. Is he an Argonauts guy or is he a
gotta be-
Hamilton guy?
he's
Toronto
Toronto, right?
Argonauts?
All right, I'll be an Argonauts
But
guy.
I mean, Hamilton is also close.
yeah.
You gotta look at the gear.
Yeah, I gotta look at the gear. Yeah, who has the best gear? Hamilton's
That was a chill zone. Thanks to our favorite beer, Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door. Visit CoorsLight.com/GWN and celebrate responsibly. Man, what a game. What a perspective. What a guy.
What a guy. That's a football man through and through. Jimmy.
Thank you, Jimmy Devlin.
Jimmy's and Joe's.
James Devlin. What a man. And that's been another episode of Games with Names. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Comment a game you want us to do. And remember,
Rate and review.
leave us a 5-star review on Spotify while you're there. Remember to follow Games with Names on YouTube, Instagram, X, TikTok, Snapchat, and Discord. Curd.
What's up, chat?
Leave a comment on the YouTube full episodes. We'll read the best ones in the future episodes. And leave a message on the hotline at 242-291-2290. We'll see you guys next week. Games with Names, a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts.